Show. Away the Irish. Show. Away the Irish. Show. Sometimes it's good to just yell about football. What are you doing? Don't do this to me, Harry! The Ohio State. It's Ohio State! What do you mean, the? It's a poison. I almost stroked out and died over it. I'm glad to be at the party. I'm mad we're this late. You ain't a captain of nothing but a sinking ship. That helps the defense without them even doing a damn thing. Doing a damn thing. The call-in line. 312-988-15. You tell Johnny all you've heard and seen. Oh, Irish. Oh, Irish. Oh, Irish. Oh, Irish. Irish. Yeah, that's right. Oh, Irish. Oh, Irish. Oh, Irish. Oh, Irish. Irish. Yeah, that's right. Ooh, baby. We needed that one so bad. We needed it so bad. Listen. You want to complain about the offense? We could do that on the bye. You want to complain about kicking it to Branch? We could do that on the bye. You want to be mad about the refs? We could do that as much as you want, whenever you want. Damn it, Notre Dame needed this win. Any way they could get it, anyhow they could get it, it didn't matter how they could get it. It didn't freaking matter. Notre Dame needed this win. I'm just happy for everybody. I'm happy for everybody. I'm happy I got the winning chain back on. It can only come out after a win. We could be mad about the offense all you want. Tonight is a night to celebrate. Notre Dame desperately needed this win. Marcus Freeman desperately needed this win. The team desperately needed this win. And all of us desperately needed this win. The fact that it ended up looking that decisive, and the fact that you knocked the crap out of Williams all night, this is exactly what Notre Dame needed. It's exactly what Notre Dame needed. I'm so relieved. I'm so thankful. I'm so happy. There's a bunch of calls. I got to get to the donations. I know Pat's happy. This is the one we talked about all summer on all the night shows when we were yelling about it. Had to have this one. And it ended up being you had to have it even more than you thought you had to have it because of the circumstances. I'm so thrilled for everybody. Just deep breath. That's number one. You could see it on Freeman's face. I am so happy that they were able to get this. And now you could go into the bye, get healthy, do all that stuff, come up with a brand new offense from scratch, which is kind of what's needed. Had to have it, got it. Oh, what a relief. Just what an absolute relief. Thank you, everybody, for being here. It just feels good to be here when everybody's in a good mood. Even the Duke game, even though we won it, had an odd feeling to it, just because this is just, it's exactly what we need. The bling, it isn't even about wearing a cool chain anymore. It's just about Notre Dame won. And it just feels like 9,000 pounds off your back. So thank you for being here. We got a lot to get into. I want to give you guys the time on the phones. I got to give Pat some time. This is a big one for him, and I want to give him a few minutes. What a relief. What a relief. And you know what else, too? I see the chat saying, congratulations, now you're still going to a bowl nobody cares about and complaining about this. And listen, you guys, I get it. I get all that, but I ain't here for it tonight. That's not the night for this. We have the whole 2 weeks of the bye to be mad about everything. Tonight's about us taking a collective sigh of relief, and it's beautiful. Yeah, Louisville lost to Pitt. It's the most predictable thing of all time, Louisville losing to Pitt. You played Notre Dame in your Super Bowl, you don't show up the next week. Story as old as time. It just makes me mad. Anyways, I'm not letting that drag me down, all right? Thank you for being here. Obviously, you can find the program on YouTube. Do it. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Appreciate it very much. Give the video a thumbs up. That helps Johnny out as well. Notifications that way you alerted every time a new episode drops. I know you don't want to miss it. Twitter, search bar always Irish Rat. Always Irish Inc. Emails alwaysIrishND@gmail.com. Audio only anywhere you want it. You can get it to call-in lines. Looks like a lot of you know to call-in lines. 312-988-15. Jeremy says, I still have concerns. Duh! Yeah, everything about the offense is a concern. But I ain't trying to have that right now. It's been a long damn month for all of us, and especially me, on the Always Irish Depression Outline. You're damn right there's a lot to worry about. The offense isn't good at football. Almost makes it more impressive you did this. But I'm not letting that bring me down tonight. Give me one night. Tomorrow I will worry about the offense and all that. Maybe even in a few minutes, but just give me a couple minutes. Just give me a couple minutes. I'm in a good mood for once, damn it. Instagram, Facebook, Always Irish Inc. USA Today. Read all about it. Link to the store in the description. Get yourself a shirt till I figure out how to mass produce these chains. What a beautiful image in my head. All those times that we were hitting Williams. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Oh my God, I love it. Look at this. Look at this $20 holler from Michael Goolsby. Some of you might recognize him. Told you, brother. Hey, he nailed the Louisville one last week. Texted me these cryptic messages saying, oh, John, this is what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be. And then he had a feeling about this one too. Oh, what a sigh of relief. What a freaking sigh of relief. Man, I'm happy for the guys. These guys just needed this, and they did the job. I'm thrilled for them. That defense, that's the other thing. Great job by the defense. They picked up the offense. Somebody needed to take control of this and help out Notre Dame. Doesn't look like the offense can be relied upon presently to do it. Really great job. It was like a Clemson repeat in a lot of ways. The offense struggled, didn't impress much. The defense does a bunch. You get a special teams play. It's a beautiful thing, man. Beautiful thing. All right, I have got to get through these super chats and then bring Pat on, and then we're going to get to the calls. We got a bunch of them. We're going to have to go quick. I want to give everybody their word. What a great way to get into the bye. Oh, my God. What a great way to get into the bye. Trending up. You're feeling better about yourself. Now you got a half a month to try and learn how to play offense. You needed it. You needed it. And you know what else needed it? My sanity needed it. You know what else needed it? My blood pressure needed it. Oh, what a relief. It just feels like 900 pounds just fell off my back. I'm telling you. Oh, okay. I got to get into these chats right away. Write down the ones for the calls. $2 holler from Michael Reagan. Nice to see later. Lady fingers get planted. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. $10 holler from D Daily. Well, Swamp Thing, formerly BK, got 2 top 10 wins in 12 years. Freeman has 2 in 2. Just wish we didn't have 2 losses already. It's super frustrating. We have the 2 losses. Nobody could go back in time and undo that. We're where we're at. The best thing you could do where you're at is win the game in front of you. So I totally understand the frustration, especially the Louisville one, because they just slept walk and got beat by weirdo Narduzzi. What a doozy for Narduzzi. So that is frustrating, but you needed this, man. For tonight, just go to Eddy Street and drink. You beat USC, and that is just, for Notre Dame people, it's the biggest thing in the world. It should be beating USC. Not only that, but you hit the crap out of that kid and you blew him out, kind of. Blew him out, kind of-ish. $20 holler from Zach. Thank you. Way to show some character. Those guys rose up and they fought it when you needed it. $20 holler from Austin. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Another $2 from Michael Reagan. Man, I love you guys that donate and you don't even say anything. You don't even troll me. Nothing. You guys are nice. Paying for the phone lines. East of the Bend, $5 holler. Multiple reasons to be happy tonight. Not the least of which is John's blood pressure. Sent the boys packing to LA. Go Irish. Man, I've had some really nice people email me that from the show And they're just like, John, I want to make sure you're okay, bro. Like these really genuine, nice people have emailed me like, bro, I just want to make sure you're doing okay with the blood pressure and everything. I appreciate it. Oh, Goolsby. I'll be talking to him tomorrow. $20 holler from Tom Chris 2488. Golden took Riley's lunch money and prom date tonight. Makes last week hurt even more. Yeah, it does in a way. It definitely does in a way. I totally get that. Hope you guys are doing well. Glad you made it to the tailgate. Eric Montoya, Tony Montana. That's where my mind went. I'm always here when you take an L. I had to show up and show some love. Big W for you guys, John. Thank you very much. And you know what else I'm going to say? I give credit to the people that come in here to troll me, people that don't like Notre Dame and they want to see me mad. Even some Notre Dame fans that I think like misery more than they enjoy being happy, which is bizarre. But for them to come back and go, John, I know how much this one means to you. You know, good for you, man. That means a lot to me. That makes it okay for you to troll me every other day and on every morning show. Oh, man, I'm just so happy. $5 holler from Craig. You know how we do it. Craig, have yourself a night in South Bend there, buddy. I know you're drinking. Drink something good. Potatoes O'Brien, $20 holler. Defense won us the game. Awesome job. You needed somebody. You needed somebody to step up, and you got it. $2 holler, 740. I will write that down on my list. Look at that. $10 holler, MJH Irish. $10 for Al Golden. His group earned it. Hey, for as much as we wanted to say everybody looked like they were sleepwalking last week, this week, Notre Dame came out ready. They were crisp. They were ready to go. The defense was popping. You love to see it. $10 holler. Thank you, Martinez. Appreciate that. $10 holler. It's weird, you guys. You knew right away Notre Dame was in this game and ready to play and ready to go. It was just the exact opposite vibe you saw early in the game last week. Just total opposite. You could just see they're ready to play tonight. We're going to be in this game. Man, that defense did a good job getting the short fields, getting the turnovers, getting some pressure on him, containing them better than they did last year, hitting them. It's exactly what you needed. It's exactly what we wanted. $2 holler drink up indeed. Steve, I've seen, whoo, baby. $50 holler from Donnie White. Thanks, Donnie. You the man. You the man. $5 holler from the V1 Rotate. Legendary morning viewer there every day. Where is that crown now, Williams? 2 words. Xavier Watts, ND Nation, domination, extra credit on the rhymes. And thank you for the dimes, baby. $2 holler by Tim B. Go Irish. 28 points on Kelly Caleb. Telling you, man. $5 holler from Eric. That's my lawyer in Michigan. He's on the lookout. That's my lawyer. Let's give John a bonus. 10 guys donate $20 or more in 20 minutes of John going live. I'll donate $200. Cotter could be the bookkeeper. I know we got a bunch of them. I don't know how many there are. Homer TD with a couple $10 hollers. Special night for you, my friend. Very special night for you, and I'm happy for you and me both. Eric, again, MVP of the game. Al Golden, you got to give him credit. Got to give him credit. Those boys were ready. $10 holler. I told you Friday night how this game would go. Freeman's team plays to the level of the competition. Great way to enter the bye. Go Irish. Get that 10-2. God bless. Telling you, man, it was just exactly what you love to see. Exactly what you love to see. Oh, man, I can't believe I'm saying that. I'm just happy. All right, a couple more chats. I'll bring Pat in, and we're going to get to your calls. $2 holler BBG should be the coach. That always makes me laugh. Wendy sucks. Whatever. I don't care. You can give me $2. Give me another 2 and tell me something about McDonald's. Wayne Odell with the $2 holler. They could pick off Heisman winner, but not McCord. Listen. There's nobody that could go more glass half empty with Notre Dame than me. You all know that. This ain't the night for it, bro. You just beat USC. Marcus Freeman had to have it. He absolutely had to have it, and they ended up getting it. And so I'm not being negative tonight. I'm not. $20 holler for Big Luke. Appreciate that. Look at this $5 holler ZZM. This Buckeye's happy for y'all. That was domination. I hope y'all went out. Yeah, for the Buckeyes, I'm sure they do. It kind of helps their case. The better Notre Dame is. Thank you for joining. Why, Jack's $10 hour. Enjoy tonight, John. I'm telling you, it just feels good, man. $5 hour by Michael. Always great to beat down your rival, ruin their Heisman contending QB's chances for a repeat, and give the fan base and students a great win. Well stated by Michael, and this is exactly what we needed. Oh, look at this. The golfer of the year at the country club, Jeff Stevenson with the $10 hour. I miss you, man. I got to get out there and play with you and Pat. Look at this. $200 hour from Eric, the lawyer up in Michigan. Man, you guys all came through and then Eric delivered. Man, we got a good group here. I love you guys, even when we're all miserable. Nikki Dean loves to be heard and seen with the $5 hour. X-Watts MVP, go Irish. Nick, I know how much this means to you, buddy. Drink a bunch of tall, cold ones. Tell your wife I miss her. Joe Rudy, $20 hour, must win for Marcus. So happy for him, man. You could see it on the guy's face. You could see it on his face. $5 hour, Jacob Saylor, probably drinking some Sailor Jerry's tonight. Beat down. I've been tagging Caleb Williams in all the Notre Dame posts on Instagram. He can sit and see as Penix walks on by. Yeah, but it's a big deal. All right, let's see. What else did I miss? $2 hour, 48.20. Paint that on your nails, Caleb. Oh, man, $20 hour. What's the deal here? People are in a good mood, so they just start throwing money around the joint. Local source, $20 hour. That was fun to watch. Turnovers, kickoff return, pressure on Williams all night. Offense held their own. Kind of. Great game. Although that Tyree bomb was exactly what Notre Dame needed it, exactly the exact second Notre Dame needed it to keep that momentum and keep that gap and that cushion. Oh, my gosh, man. I'm so happy for these guys and Marcus. Oh, I'm so happy for them. Let's make sure. What else did I miss? A $1 hour, Ryan Young. I like that first name. Thank you very much. $2 hour from Stelios. John, we needed this. We need Jim Harbaugh next as a coach or somebody we can beat. $5 hour from Tom Super Sticker. Thank you very much. Oh, Michael Campbell. I know, man. I know how you live and die with this stuff. Every day I see you, man. This feels so good. Yeah, it's almost like that's what Chris Fowler was saying last year during this game. Every time Williams did anything, never seen anybody be more aroused than Chris Fowler during the Notre Dame USC game last year. It was disturbing to see on TV. Speaking of freaking TV, did anybody else's NBC cut out? I missed 2 scores. Us giving up the punt and then us score. I missed 2 scores from this. NBC just went off the air, bro. On my TV, it says we don't have this channel anymore. I change it. All the other channels work. I can't be the only one. Right when Notre Dame's winning a game, the TV channel craps out. Unbelievable. $2 hour from Mike Reagan. Nice to see his fingers get... Okay, now I think we're caught up on the $20 hour from Tiffany. I miss you. We're going to go party over this, Tiffany. Maybe over the bye week, I need to meet you guys out. And here Adam kept saying he didn't know if Freeman cared about USC enough. Love you, John. Go Irish. Adam and Dad are still on the field. Good for them. Tiffany, he's going to come home in a lot better mood this time. He's going to come home in a lot better mood this time. $20 hour from Michael Graves, which is what Williams resides in tonight. Good job, everybody. Good win in front of the Croots. Yeah, that never hurts. That never hurts. Look at this. $100 holler from Matt Miller. It's a great night to be an Irish fan. Enjoy it, folks. Johnny, thanks for all you do. As miserable as the last few weeks were, something like this makes up for it, man. It makes it all worth it. My blood pressure is in the survivable range of like you could live with it at this level where I couldn't say that probably the last couple weeks. $20 holler from Jacob Brown. Someone check on Coward. He's probably shining up his surfboard already, checked out. You know, that's how they do it in LA. When USC's good, they act like they've been there through the bad times and they're loyal. And then when they're bad, they just go surf and nobody cares. They hang 10, bro. And then they show back up. Coward's just a phony in LA like everybody else. Lido Deck Life, $10 holla. We needed this. Go Irish. Great job, John. Keep up the good work. You guys are the ones keeping up the good work. There's no show without you. Rodney, $2 holler. Best defensive game plan I've seen in 30 years. It worked. $2 holler for BBG. Caleb Williams, sponsored by Wendy's. So that makes sense now. I think I block him out every time I see it. Look at this. Ohio State fan, $1 holler. Bro, I don't even care if you're an Ohio State fan. I'll take it. I appreciate it. $5 holler from Eric. I'm a Buckeye that admittedly likes your outbursts after losses, but man, y'all deserve this one. Celebrate this one straight on through the bye week. I got to be honest, it's throwing me off that there's like Ohio State people here being nice and like really nice to me and donating money. I like it, but it's throwing me off. Is this some big ruse? JP McNamara, $10 hour. That's also the name of my high school, so I have an affinity for it. $20 hour from Cody. We embarrassed SC. Probably knocked them out of the playoffs. Took Caleb's Heisman, and now we get a break. Go Irish from Texas. You damn right about all that. AW with the $5 hour. The D was on point. Williams looks like he ate Wendy's breakfast. Glad to see the Irish dominate. All right. I think I got caught up here. Just ND Gal has reemerged with a 48-20 holler. Ever appropriate the way she does it. There's always something to it. 48-20. No quitting the team, coaches, or students. So I damn well better show up too. Still processing, hardly believe it. Man, she takes it hard, but I love it. I love it. She lives and dies with it, and that's what I'm here for, baby. $2 holler from David, 914. I'm on the line. Big win, baby. Oh, man. Jesus Christ, home slice. $5 holler. Neutral observer, surprised by two things. ND's defense shutting down Williams and USC's defense not being the reason USC lost. Yeah, if you were going to be surprised by anything, that's it. On both sides. Notre Dame media, I'm sure, is going to talk about that. USC media is going to focus mainly on that. $2 holler from Mark Xavier Watts. Where the hell's that been? I don't know, but I'm just glad we got it rather than never having it. The Source, $5 holler. I'm newer here. College kid that accidentally found your channel. After every win or loss, I love to come here and feel a part of the ND fan base. Keep it up. Get lost in the sauce, baby. That's what this is all about. That's what this is all about. How you doing, Pat?
Oh, hey, shit. I forgot I was here.
Yep.
I'm lost for words, gentlemen. This is, and ladies, fantastic.
Yep.
Unbelievable. Way better than I would have hoped for. To consistently beat the shit out of that kid, to put him on his ass, to sack him, to force him to make turnovers. He's never thrown 3 interceptions in a game before. To ruin their season, to cost him his Heisman Trophy run, his back-to-back, and to get back on the right path is awesome. I'm elated. I'm ecstatic. Al Golden, I was hard on you during the offseason. Dude, holy shit. What a defense that was.
Yep.
I texted my brother halfway through the third quarter. After it was like 31-20 after USC scores that touchdown. And I said, Notre Dame will lose this game because of the offense. And then the offense comes out and scores that touchdown right after that. And they go back up 38 to 20. And that defense just lit them up. They did exactly what they needed to do. They pinned their ears back. They went after that guy and they hit him and they hit him and they hit him. And they made him look pedestrian. He was not a Heisman quarterback. He was a pedestrian. And all I know is that his fingernails were painted, but nobody could see what was actually on him.
Yeah.
Because they weren't zooming in because he didn't have a message anyone wanted to see. I'm so happy. And for Caleb Williams saying that he might come back to USC next year because he doesn't want to be drafted by the Bears. Good. You suck. If that's how you play when you get hit by a defensive player, you suck. I'm sorry.
Hey,
You suck.
Pat,
You ain't going to help an NFL team.
They were so frustrated. That was so enjoyable. They're just not used to being told no. You know what I mean? Like they're not used to it just not going their way. And they were frustrated and they didn't have answers. And he was getting tagged and beat up. And I mean, Pat,
I lost my voice screaming in my house.
Pat, everybody needed this so bad, man. It just had to be for a million different reasons that we all know. It just had to be. You just had to have it, man. Like you just did. And to have it be convincing and to slow that guy down, it's a beautiful
John, they didn't slow that guy down. They beat the shit out of that guy.
Yeah.
They beat the shit out of him. And I was there for every minute of it. Every freaking minute of it. I was nervous in the third quarter. The Guinness just started flowing, boys, and it's going to keep flowing till the show is over. But halfway through the third quarter, I was nervous. Because the offense was going 3 and out. When they scored that touchdown on offense, I was like, this is it. This is going to happen. It's going to happen. And I picked up my daughter. My daughter was watching a game with me, my 10-year-old. And I picked her up and I was carrying her around the house celebrating. And I put her down. She goes, Dad, that was cool, but don't do that again because you scared me. But that's what my dad used to do with me. So it's just, I'm just so stoked. Notre Dame needed this. As you said, Marcus Freeman needed this.
Yeah.
This chat needed this.
Yep.
It's
been a long week, Pat. It's been a really long week and everybody's been miserable.
It's been a long 4 weeks, John. It's been a long 4 weeks.
Yeah. Everybody needed
it. Xavier Watts, what a freaking game that guy played.
Yeah.
Holy shit. He was unbelievable. So I monitor that because you put the show up. So I'll monitor the chat when you put the show up. And there are people in the chat at the start of the game. Like Jaded Clay and a couple other guys. And somebody said, hey, look, number 0 got an interception and a tackle. He did a hell of a lot more. Yeah. He did a hell of a lot more. What a game. He was responsible for what? 3 turnovers? 4 turnovers?
Yeah. And Pat,
score.
The other thing, Pat, is like I always talk about the vibes and the mindset. You knew right away Notre Dame was ready to play tonight. Like it only took like 2 plays and you knew, all right, we're going to be on it. Like you could just tell. And I'm just glad they bounced back. And that was a big thing people were looking at too this week is how are they going to come out and look after everything that's happened? Do they have the energy left or are they worn out? I was worried about that. And they came out fired up. I'm thrilled about it. Should we dial up some calls here from all these donators?
Hey, real quick.
There you go.
Always repping.
There you go. Oh, yeah, that'll be the next shirt. Always repping. Always. All right. I'm going to try and get the people that I know donated. If I miss you and you donated, because there's a lot of them, you can put in your John, I donated. Give me your the first 3 numbers.
Dave from 914 is one that I have. I
have 914.
I didn't catch your
and then everybody, since we got a bunch of people that want to talk, everybody get to your main couple points. Everybody gets a couple minutes, not trying to be rude, but want to give everybody a chance. 949. Feel free to do that if you
Hey, Johnny. So normally when I watch Notre Dame games, I'll drink a lot of beer like you talk about. I didn't drink any beer because I was going to do this and I didn't want to be drunk again. I drank probably the equivalent. I must have a nervous habit of where I have to drink something. I probably drank like 8 bottles of water. So I'm going to have to constantly get up and piss because I drink so much. Yeah,
thanks for sharing that, man. You could have just said, I'll be back in 2 minutes.
I am not drunk. I am on my first beer of the night, but holy cow.
All right, first one up is going to be 570. He's the first caller every Friday night. This win's very special to him for a lot of reasons. 570. It's really good to talk to you, and I'm very happy for all of us.
Hi, Johnny.
What's going on?
Hey, Johnny, how you doing?
There you go. It's a little hard to hear you, but I can kind of hear you.
I'm happy for you.
Appreciate that. Call back 570. You cut out there. All right, I'm going to go to the others that I know donated. 914. Maybe it's my phone line. We'll find out. 914.
Hey, Johnny, I'm on. Did I die out or can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you, but I don't know why the audio's being weird on everybody.
All right, let me try to raise things up or make things better. But I called before after the Ohio State loss and after the Louisville loss, so I got to switch it up. It can't all be negative, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm only 30-something years old, and I think for 100 years I've heard the phrase "defense wins championships." I think that has rang true. And last thing I'm going to say, and then I want to hear your thoughts, is, you know, when a team's schedule comes out, you kind of think, or I'm not going to say you, but people might think or predict, or what's a good season, what's a great season, what's a bad season. And I honestly thought that if they split Ohio State and USC and go 11-1 into the playoffs, it would be a great season. And then I said to myself, if they go 10-2, which is still on the table, it would be a good season. So I think if we do win out, Clemson not being the best, but as you've seen, we tend to play down to our opponents, which has been just what kind of happens with Notre Dame for whatever reason. Maybe our religion gives us too much empathy, but anyway, if we go 10-2, I think that's still a very good season. I think it's a very good season.
Fantastic season.
And then the last thing I'm going to say is, this is a totally different subject. Last thing I'm going to say, you probably have 20 other callers, is how is Brian Kelly, who I don't hate, but I dislike, and I know you share a percentage of that sentiment, how is he the most winningest coach if in 2012 and 2013 he had to vacate 21 wins? So just something to think about. Just a fact that is valid. But anyway, great win. 10-2 still on the table. New Year's 6 is on the table. Very happy. Just want to hear your thoughts. Thanks for doing the show, and good job going into the bye week for the team.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, I really appreciate the call and the donation. Listen, I picked Notre Dame 10-2 in August, and I just said they could go up 1 or down 1 depending on circumstances.
Same thing I said.
Yeah, that's kind of where we were at. 10-2 is what I officially put down in the paper before the year.
Exactly.
It was just a matter of who the two were going to be. And then I said up 1 if things go great and down 1 if things go really bad. The issue is the way the Ohio State one happened is killing people. And the way the Louis one felt is killing people.
Yeah.
And that's the issue. It's how those two felt. So two totally different ways to not win and have it be painful. That's what killed you. Now at least we're trending back.
But you know what? You know what? So I know you said you don't want to talk about how the offense sucks, but the offense sucked.
Yeah.
Look at the defense and how well it played. And you have a veteran coach leading the defensive side of the ball.
Kind of helps.
It really says a lot. Last year I was concerned about the defense. This year I wasn't. And I think what Freeman is missing is that veteran leadership on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, the offense has a lot to work out. And then you asked about Kelly, how did he get the most wins? He was there a long time. And even Kelly was going to beat most of those teams just with the more talented roster. So he was there forever. That's how he ended up with the most wins. And if we want to go down that path, he also had the most losses of all time because he was there a long time. It cuts both ways. 914, thank you so much for the donation and the call, man. Have a good weekend.
Yep, you too. On to the next game, next play.
There you go, man. Hey, enjoy the bye. We all needed it. Get a break in, okay?
Yep.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Let's try and bring our 570 back up. Maybe it was my phone or something. 570, do I got you now?
Yeah, Johnny, we got you.
There you go. It's a little better this time. Hey, I'm happy for all of us. I'm happy for you. We had anxiety on the call-in show last night when we were talking, and it's just really good. It's really good to get this one. What do you think about it? We needed it so bad.
John, I'm
obviously happy for the team. I'm happy for the coach and the staff, and I'm happy for you. And I messaged you on Twitter earlier. I'm sorry, that's X now.
Close enough.
I have a hard time. I have
fine.
a hard time adjusting all that bullshit. But I'm happy for you. And earlier on in the game, I relaxed, Johnny. We're going to be okay, and obviously we were. And God bless the Irish. God bless you. And it was a hell of a game. The defensive plan was great.
Yep.
We put that finger painting son of a gun on the ground many times, and
Yep.
just a good night for all of us. Thank you.
Oh, it was beautiful, man. We all needed this, Tony, and I'm happy for Marcus. He needed this. You could see the relief on the guy's face. Like everybody just needed this. And now you could go into the bye, get healthier, work on that offense, and actually have a very optimistic outlook of what comes down the road. But I'm so relieved, and I'm just happy for the guys. And they fought for each other. They fought for us. They fought for Freeman. They fought for Notre Dame. They could have laid down and just gave up the rest of the year and said, it's over. We're done. We're done. We screwed up. And they didn't. And I love that, man. I love that. They fought.
I love this. I love this football team. I love what they did. I love the fact that, like I said it yesterday, that I don't think the coach needs to get this team pumped for this. I loved what they did. Yep. I loved the way they played. I loved the heart they showed. Even Estime, when he's running into 9 guys, he was pushing and pushing and pushing. He was not going to go down, and it took all 9 guys to take him down. So even though I wasn't happy about some things, this game should have been 56-20, if you ask me.
You're saying it took all 9 guys to bring it down. Yeah, all the 9 guys in the 3-yard box we wanted to run into for a lot of the game. Yeah, exactly. All those guys.
But you know what, John?
Whatever, man. Whatever. I'm not doing that tonight.
Yeah. No, I'm in the same boat with you. I'm not going to acknowledge it. I can't not acknowledge it because it's the number one issue to work on.
But this isn't the moment for that.
No, it's not. Yeah. It's not the moment for it. What this moment is for is acknowledging Xavier Watts. It's acknowledging the defensive line. The defensive line putting pressure on this guy with 4 guys. I know Jason Garrett, the guy who can't coach his way to have a wet paper bag, was talking about they're bringing 5 and 6 guys. They were bringing 4 guys, all right? They were beating the shit out of them with 4 guys.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
And it wasn't just this guy or that guy. They were rotating the defensive line every other play, and they were still getting at him. Getting at him. Those guys played with heart. I loved it. That is the Notre Dame football I haven't seen since Lou Holtz.
It was really refreshing to see. So Tony, man, we all need to get rejuvenated over the bye. It's going to be, everybody will be in a better mood the next 2 weeks. And then we see what happens. Everybody needed it. And I am just thrilled Notre Dame has this fight. And they came ready tonight and did it. And everybody was watching. It was beautiful. Tony, I'm happy for all of us, man. I have a relaxing weekend and enjoy the bye.
Thank you, John. And go Irish. The defensive plan was spot on tonight. And I'm just happy I can relax a little bit. And so can the rest of the Irish family. Thank you, John.
Oh, have a good weekend, man. I hope to see you soon. Take care. Thank you for the donation. I really appreciate it. 385 donated as well. Pat, I have a couple other numbers written down here. Keep me on task. But 385, make it come alive. What's going on?
John, buddy, go Irish.
Oh,
go
man.
Irish,
what a great win. We needed it so bad, and we got it, man. And the good thing is, you guys, we would have all been thrilled if Notre Dame won by a field. What are you drinking? Water. We would have all been thrilled. We would have all been thrilled if Notre Dame won by like a field goal. We would have been like, we needed this, whatever. The fact that it ended up looking dominant and knocked USC down that much is just beautiful. It's just beautiful, man. I love it.
Amen, man. And let me tell you, like I said, what did we talk about the other day when I lost my shit? What I said, Jabron Payne, Darian Price, right? Tyree. That's what me and you talked about.
Yep.
Hey, man, and the boys showed up with some intensity, and they went to war for Freeman. The defense, because was it Singer that called in first? And he's right. We went 3 and out, looked a little close. They're like, man, they score 1 touchdown and they're back in it, right? Because remember, I don't like the Peyton Nelson thing either, but Caleb Williams is a hell of a player. But hey, man, tonight was just our night. John, I am so pumped. I'm so happy for the program. I'm so happy for the fans. Whether you want to fire Freeman, whether you still want to keep him, I'm a Freeman fan. I'm a John Ramsey fan. I'm a damn Irish fan, man. And here in Salt Lake, man, like we're loving it, man.
Yeah, this was exactly what we all needed. It came at the exact right time. Like, and just it. I don't know, man. It's just when you think we're down and out, everybody counts us out. It's like Dumb and Dumber. They go and do something like this, and it just brings you right back in, man. Right when you think, and then you bring me back in. We needed this. That's like just the headline on every article. We needed this. Like everybody just needed it. You needed it. I'm rejuvenated. My soul is replenished. I feel like I'm not going to have an aneurysm on the air. I love winning. Winning solves all John's freaking problems. Just win.
Hey, man. So that's what I mean. Like even though against Duke we barely won, it was a win. So now we're bowl eligible. We run the tables. We're 10-2. We get to New Year's 6. We finish 11-2. Hopefully in the top 10. Hey, I'll take that one, right? I'll take that one over a mediocre 6-6, 8-4.
Listen,
like,
man,
hey,
here's the reality. Here's the reality. The reality is,
go ahead.
There ain't a damn thing any of us could do to undo what happened last week in that nightmare and the end of the Ohio State game. There's nothing any of us can do about that. The best you could do is go out there and kick the shit out of your rival. That is the only answer that was available to Notre Dame of how to do this. And he did it, damn it. It was beautiful. It was just beautiful.
Oh, it was great. John, I know there's tons of other callers. Like I said, I've coached Little League in high school. That's as far as I've got. I'm not one to dissect shit. I love the Irish through and through, from the fencing team to the lacrosse team to the girls basketball team. Hey, man, but today is onward Notre Dame, right? Onward Notre Dame, baby. Hey, John, love the show. Love you guys. Pat, I see you here and there, man. I haven't heard you much, man, but you're an Irish fan, so I love you too. John, man, go Irish, and let's enjoy this bye, man, and then get ready to play 2 weeks from now.
There
man.
you go,
Have
man.
a good one, buddy.
I love it, man. Have a good night, bro.
Call,
Take
buddy.
care.
Hey, John,
Pat, you know people are in a good mood when they're all being nice to me and you, saying Pat's a nice guy. Yeah.
They're always nice. They're typically always nice to you. It's always me they blame for everything.
Yeah,
hey,
but it's just...
Do you know a guy who probably he won't get any recognition from this game, but he stuck out to me was Howard Cross. If he made it possible, he was taking on double teams like mad. He was putting so much pressure. They were double teaming him, and that just made it so much easier to get around the edge. I got to go back and watch it. That was one of the first things I picked up as I watched it, but I thought Howard Cross had a monster game because people were just at him.
Yeah, man. It's just so good to feel the energy come back. We needed this into the bye, Pat, or it would have felt like just you're bleeding out for the next half a month without this. This is beautiful. 949, you're on my list too, and you're coming up now. 949, what's going down?
What a relief that was, huh? Holy crap.
I'm telling you, man.
Huge win, man.
It is like a collective exhale for everybody that cares about Notre Dame, everybody on campus, everybody involved with the program, all of us. It's exactly what you needed. It's the right medicine. Like winning cures your problems. And I needed it, and we got it. And it looked better than I think any of us could have predicted. And I'm happy for one night. Where are you at, man? What did you enjoy the best? The defense?
Of course.
Yeah.
But I know you said you're going to be all nice tonight, so I'm going to be the bad guy for a little bit.
All right.
The offense is still struggling, dude.
Oh, it's bad.
Offense is still.
Oh, it's bad.
I mean,
bro, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. And we need to acknowledge it.
Probably the worst defense we're going to play all year.
Yeah.
And Sam Hartman can't even make a simple pass to Holden Stace or whatever. It's just
dude,
it's frustrating, man.
It's rough. And you need to do some real soul searching with that offense over the extra bye week you're going to gain here. Now you have 2 weeks till your next ball game.
Absolutely.
You really need to get into that and break it down in a way you're not able to in the grind of, week to week games. Now you have an extra week. You need to start structuring things a little differently. And the other part about that I want to mention is that it's way easier to do that off a win, off this kind of win. Everybody's more open to looking at the film of where you messed up and where you need to get better and all that after a win like that. And so it's the best thing you could do after the 2 losses is what we did. Like, this is it. It's the best thing you could have done, the best outcome to give you the best energy into the bye. I'm with you on the offense. It's just, I'm thrilled that the defense picked up the slack and refused to let Notre Dame down tonight.
So it was funny. I actually had called you last week praising the defense, right? I was like, I didn't want to be an a-hole, but the defense has been really good. And of course, they crap the bed against Louisville. But, what can they do when the offense isn't doing anything for them? And then this week, they do it again. They set their offense up in the opposition's 50, their side of the 50, and gave the offense a short field all night, man. The defense won this game. The offense just kind of, was holding their hand, and the defense was just leading them the whole way.
Yeah, there's no doubt that is a overarching big picture issue that is not where Notre Dame needs it. Everybody knows that. Yeah. Like, that's just a reality. But in spite of that, you got the performance you needed to get this result with a bad offense. You got a big special teams play.
Dude,
you got a big special teams play. You made one bomb pass that you connected on that we've all been waiting for a touchdown when you needed it at a key point in the game. And the defense went with their hair on fire all night. And I love it, man. They played for Marcus.
That guy on
they played for Marcus.
Was beautiful.
It made up for last year when we let him dance around us and nobody could touch him. And Chris Fowler had his hands in his shorts under the booth. All of it. All right. That made me feel a lot better about it. He's going to be sore.
It was so great. You know what? He thought he was going to pull the same crap he could last year and do his old dancing ballerina stuff.
Yep.
And the defensive line the whole defense was prepared this year, man. They played it, to perfection.
Yep.
They knew, okay, he likes to go left and he tries to wrap around. Defense line was right there, man. That was just beautiful stuff from them.
It was
beautiful.
Just a great defensive performance. Those guys were flying around. It was just, I don't know how to say it. How often do you say as a Notre Dame guy, I got out of this team exactly what we kind of needed overall? We don't say that a lot, but this time you got it, man. It's what we needed going into this bye with the last month that we had. Everybody's emotionally strung out. Everybody's wound tight, in a bad mood. This is what we needed, and we got it. I'm happy for Freeman. I'm happy for everybody. And that defense, they better be getting game balls up and down the line tonight in that locker room, because those guys balled out, and it was beautiful to see, man. Anything else? Really appreciate you jumping in.
Just Greg McElroy said something about Marcus, comparing him to Kirby Smart in his first couple seasons, kind of seeing the same resemblance. So hopefully it leads to championships down the road. But great win. Thanks for taking my call, John, and you have a great night, man.
No problem, man. Hey, thank you a lot for the donation and the call and the crystal clear phone line. I very much appreciate people who do that as well. And I want you to enjoy the bye, man. Relax next week. Worry about everybody else's teams, and we can relax for once. Enjoy the bye, my friend.
Amen. You too, John.
Have a good one, brother. Really appreciate you.
How do you not give it to Xavier Watts after that performance? I don't. As much as I love even Marist as a spy, I thought had a good game.
Yeah,
he was right there, and people say, well, he missed a bunch of tackles, and a lot of people are missing a bunch of tackles on that guy. That guy is, as much as I dislike him and everything he stands for, he's a really good football player, and that's what makes it so damn satisfying.
Yeah, it really does.
He's a Guinness. Sacking that guy is like drinking a freshly tapped keg of Guinness.
I'm telling you, man,
That's
Williams is, they did about as good of a job as you can because he's going to make some plays because
gonna make
that
plays.
good
Like,
that you're not going to
yeah.
shut him down all game
He's gonna
because
make
he's
plays.
that damn naturally
Hey,
good. They
you know,
did
I think-
about as good as you could expect a team to play him.
outside of beating him up, I think my favorite play was when Benjamin Morrison actually tackled somebody.
Yeah.
I was screaming. I was like, "Yeah, Benjamin!" And my kids were like, "What is wrong with you?"
Yeah, a lot of
My
things.
wife-
Look at this,
my wife-
$50 holler.
I know you got another big one.
Brian
Go ahead.
Ambrink, $50 holler. Thank you. Go right into the phone lines. All week, me and all Irish fans cannot fathom how the hell we were giving USC points. Nothing about Notre Dame's recent play, coaching inexperience, softness, etc. would suggest anything like what we saw tonight. Those guys in the desert are good, bro. Vegas was on this one. They had Notre Dame. The ESPN had the Notre Dame odds at 62.8% win before the game. And I was just sitting there going,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
saw
understand how that all like calculates it. They had the win percentage at almost 63% for Notre Dame entering this game. And it was a little surprising to me. Look at this comment. Where is this? Somebody said something funny.
Did you see what
In
Sacco
capital
put in there?
letters? John, read this to all listeners. You bleed gold and blue 365 days a year, and you're my hero, James. James, I don't know about that, brother. I appreciate you jumping in and saying the nice thing here, but that I don't need you. I don't want to be your hero. That's a little scary. 808 donated. You're on the line. What's going on tonight?
Hey, John, how are you?
I'm in a really good mood. That's how I'm doing. I am in a really good mood. How are you, my friend? You got to be loving this.
Oh, loving it. Hey, John, we have 4 more games, 4 more lives, just like Freeman says. And you know what? That playoff sites are the Rose Bowl and the Sugar Bowl. That means the Peach and the Fiesta have opened a large speed.
Yeah, man, I haven't even thought of all that stuff yet. Like, we got a long way to go here. Notre Dame's not a finished product. I'm just happy about tonight, man. What was your most impressive part? 812-470. I got you guys coming up too. I haven't forgotten about you. Was it the defensive making plays, the kick return when you needed it, the big long pass to Tyree? What got you?
Nothing of that. You know, like last week I was saying Freeman is Cristobal, but you saw like the time that he took just before the halftime. That was brilliant. That was the thing I wanted to see, like he showing up, that he is growing up from his mistakes.
Yeah, man, he was so happy for those guys too. You could see it on Freeman's face. He knew this was a big one. He knew people were talking about him. He knew people like me are talking about him and writing about him. And you needed to get this kind of performance, and they did. It was just absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
No, listen.
Hey,
wait. Donnie, I want to know Donnie's. I'm sorry, I'm trying to do
765.
5, 765. Dude, you guys need to understand when you're like, this dude gave money and you didn't put him on. Bro, not all of the people who call have it set up where their name shows up. There's no way that I know who some of these people are if you have it set up on a line with like a lot of them say undetermined. There's no way for me to know. It doesn't say Donnie White donated.
If you guys, if you donate and if you're on hold, please put in your area code so we have it.
Yeah,
we're
because
trying
not
our
all
best to track it.
Depending on how you have your phone stuff set up, half of these calls say undetermined, and I don't know who they are.
Or we could see a name, but your screen name has no relevance to the name in it. So
yeah, your screen name has nothing to do with the call in is your phone line, and half of them say undetermined. There's no way I'm going to know. 765, I got you next, bro. I'm not trying to be mean to anybody. Sorry, 808.
Got it. I was really happy for Tyree. He had the drop last week, and he got the touchdown this week. So, honestly, ecstatic for him.
You know what? That's a really, really good point because he had a big drop last week, and then this one, you needed it at that point in the game too. Notre Dame's offense was bogged down and all that stuff, and it was good to see.
Yeah. And then lastly, remember, like you always say that you wanted like a coaching corners Under Armour line. You got it. Didn't you see Under Armour launch it? Now we can dress like Freeman.
I did see that they launched it. And what I said about it is, wow, you wait till everybody's like mad about Freeman and then you launch it. Like it comes off right after the Louisville loss and everybody's questioning Freeman. They're like, oh, here you go. Here's his stuff. But now I don't care, man. I'm happy for that guy. I am so happy for Freeman entering this bye, dude. This is such a burst of energy that we all needed. I'm thrilled.
Yep, I'm proud of him. I'm proud of the mistakes being fixed and then aggressively recruiting. Like the only reason we managed to win the game was because our secondary could go man to man. We couldn't go man to man with Kelly. We would have been torched.
Yeah, that is true. A lot of the stuff that we did up front was enabled by that good defense on the back end, and that's where you see that come to fruition. They did a pretty good job of trying to lock him in so he couldn't escape too. They did a better job this year, and I'm proud of them. Anything else, my friend? Really glad to touch base. I know you've had a long last few weeks like all of us. I'm happy for you.
I mean, that's it. I'm glad we had the sack finally. I'm glad we're finally having turnovers. Al Golden masterclass of a game. Hopefully he could keep it going and then take us to get some silverware because we don't have anything in like more than 3 years, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's get that.
Man, this is a good man. I'm not used to being this happy with Notre Dame, man. I'm going to enjoy this one tonight. Hey, man, thanks a lot for the call, 808. Give me a call over the bye. Break down the offense and give me a call with some ideas, would you?
Oh, I mean, I'm going to try because I'm going to deploy soon. So I might just lose contact with you for this season. But if I'm still here, I'll call you.
Beautiful, man. And if you are deployed and you can't call, email us and keep me up to date, okay? I want to make sure you're safe and everything. We appreciate your service. But if you're deployed for a while, can't call, email me. We'll stay in touch, okay, man?
Got it. All right. See you.
Thank you. Have a good one. Pat, that's the guy who was going in Hawaii for the service and getting to all the home games.
Yeah.
765, make it come alive. Hey, I'm sorry, man. You donated a lot. Your number's undetermined. I have no idea to know who it is.
I'm sorry, John. I don't know why it's undetermined, but I'm sorry, man. That was my boy that texted you. We're all standing here. We already had our celebratory cigar.
Oh, I like
that.
Hey,
man.
Hey, you know what I'll do? I'll program your number, 765. I'll manually go in there and do that from now on because you donate a lot, and I want to make sure I get you in early. I'm sorry about that. I'll do that.
No problem, man. No problem. I know you got a lot of calls. So, John, nobody's mentioned this. A 99-yard kick return. Are you freaking kidding me?
Yep.
When hell was the last time that happened?
It is exactly what the doctor ordered. And especially when you have an offense that is struggling, what did you get? Great defense, splash defensive plays behind the line of scrimmage and turnovers that turn into short fields. And you got a kick return. That's how you pick up the slack when one part of your team is struggling. And I'm impressed. And it was a great damn job.
Is that what Marcus Freeman calls complimentary football?
Man, well, somebody needs to compliment that offense, damn it, because they need help on that side.
It was such a great answer to that touchdown,
though,
because that touchdown
Hartman was so high on all his throws tonight. I don't know what he was on.
Yeah.
He was just, I don't know if it was adrenaline or whatever. But John, I'm going to tell you what Henry VIII told his seventh wife. I won't be keeping you long. I'm going to be real short tonight. Dude, back in the dog days of summer, back in July and August when I was listening to your show, and I wasn't calling in then, but you were like, I just need football, so we got something to talk about. You're pulling your hair out, coming up with subjects to talk about. Dude, with this team, we have way more than enough to talk about. We don't know who's going to show up from one week to the next.
It's always something, man. It's never boring. I will say that. It is always something with this team. That's for sure. But look at how far we went from the dog days of summer of us dreaming that we would have football to talk about. And then look at the last month and how strung out every single one of us got. It's been a long journey, man.
Dude, It's been fun, though. It really has. And that's why we play the games, because they're not written down on paper. We don't do that on paper. John, there's one thing, though, real quick, I'm going to say this. There's one thing that I do want to push back on you about. You had a caller, I think, Wednesday called in, and he was really upset about how negative you were. Remember that call? And I was sitting there, I'm like, well, I don't know. And I was kind of on the fence about it. But there is something we can do as fans. There is something we can do to help the team. We're talking 18 to 22-year-old, and then grandpa on the team, Hartman. We can show up to the games, be loud, be proud. And, we're always saying, hey, the guys got to get up for the game. They weren't ready for the game. What about the fans? We got to be ready for the games and support these guys. And with that, I'll let you go,
and
man.
You know what I'm going to
comment on the phone.
You know what I'm going to say about that is I am going to give Notre Dame fans credit. The home experience is improving. It is getting louder in there. It is getting a little rowdier in there at night games. I am going to give them credit that they are trying to find ways to get more people engaged. And I think it's working. When Notre Dame plays good, the place is going to be loud enough. Like that's kind of the way I look at it. So I am hard on them for a lot of things, but I do admit that the in-game experience is getting better. It is. And every year they come up with a couple new things. And I think they're trying the best they can. And so that part is improving. It's getting better.
Yeah. We were at Central Michigan game, and we got into town late. We just made it there and we were still walking to our seat when the national anthem was going on. So we didn't get to your tailgate.
I was going to,
so
that's the next, I'm glad you covered that, because the next thing I was going to say is where the hell were you? But if you got in there late, then I can't blame you. You didn't have time. That's fine. Yeah. Next year.
Well, we walked over afterwards, and we didn't see the flag or anything. And we're walking around and said, where was the Always Irish tent? We thought, well, we'd get a beer at the end, or whatever. And we couldn't find it, but that was okay. But we'll hit the one next year. You're going to have it for, what was it, Miami, Ohio, you're thinking?
That might be it. Yeah, a September home game that's not like a big brand. That's the one a lot of people are picking. So I hope we do that, man. It'll be great. We'll have a big group next year, too. We're always growing. I love it. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, great show, John, and we love you guys. And, we're here for you. And, don't let those Ohio State people beat you up too bad.
Yeah, hey, they're being nice tonight. So I'll take it.
Oh yeah, they need a record.
Yeah, exactly. But
hey, they get beat by Michigan.
Yeah, no kidding. But hey, man, I really appreciate it, and you always donate good fat donations, man. I'll manually program your number from now on to get you in quick. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, John. Have a good one.
Have a good one, buddy.
Thanks for taking my call.
No problem. Thanks for donating. What's up, Pat?
The kick return.
Yeah.
That truly is what ended the game. I think it was a special teams answer to a special teams answer. It was the only USC was able to score that touchdown because of that punt return, which, by the way, Notre Dame fans, you better get ready for this because that kid's a freshman. That Branch, he's a freshman.
Yeah,
that kid is good. So we better be ready because we got 2 more years of this kid at the probably the max. And so he's a good football player, but that kickoff return, you knew Notre Dame needed a score there. It didn't matter how they got it; they needed a score. Yeah. That kickoff return ended that football game, I thought.
Yep. And again, it bailed out the offense of having to do something to go all the way down and drive. And what are the odds of that? Yeah, all that. 470 is on my list as well. I got you. What's going on, 470? What do you know?
Hey, John and Pat. Greetings from the unofficial chapter of the Always Irish Metro Atlanta chapter.
There you go. Yeah, we don't have too much coverage down there in A-Town. I'll take it. Thank you. Yeah, I like it, man.
If I'm undetermined on your call, it's because I'm in the Irish Witness Protection Program down here in SEC Nation.
Yeah, there you go. So, I totally understand that, man. But doesn't this feel good, though? It's exactly what the doctor ordered. It's exactly what Notre Dame and all of us needed. I love it.
Oh, yeah, my Lisinopril just got knocked off for a couple of days, so I think I'm good with that. But I'm a second-time caller. You may have remembered me. I lost a bet during the Buckeye game with my wife. I had to wear the shirt into church a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
so this is my second time calling in, and I want to say, wake up the Echoes, baby. This, I think Newt, Leahy, and Era are looking down proud on Marcus and the boys tonight. So I'm pretty happy about what I saw tonight. And the defense was on point, like I commented on before, and it was an amazing turnaround of events, and second half looks a lot more promising. I'm hoping,
Yeah, it's exactly, man, we just needed it so much. And the fact that it ended up looking the way it did, it really just added to it. But it just, and it put to sleep that the team is dead and they're checked out and they're just going through the motion, like the way it kind of looked last week at times. And can they bounce back before the bye and all that? They did a great job. I'm happy for the team, man. Everybody's been so down on them. They worked hard and recovered. Good job.
Yeah, the intensity was unbelievable on both sides of the ball and special teams, and it just showed. It was, right when we got the turnover and the pick, that's what we needed to get. We needed that little boost early on in the game. We're always seeming like we're three and out all the time, and we finally got a boost going forward and got some momentum.
Yeah.
And I missed the game last week, fellas. I was on my anniversary cruise with my wife, and I was wearing all my Notre Dame stuff at the sports bar on the cruise, and other Notre Dame fans were coming to me, and I missed the game because they had cricket on in a sitcom in a sports bar, and I'm like, who the hell has a cricket game on? So I missed that game.
You know what? They did you a favor. It did you a favor. You would have threw yourself overboard. They would have found you washed up on the shore in a great white's belly or something.
Yeah, that would have been an SOS for me for sure.
Yeah.
But no, and you know what? I missed it. That's in the past now. Everything's in the past. We're going forward. We got the bye. Things are looking up. I'm glad they beat the shit out of, excuse my language, Caleb Williams.
Yep.
What a douche.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I like it. I like this call. Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. I mean, like Pat was saying, I grew up in the Northwest Chicago burbs, Bears fan for life, and if I hope they do not get him in a Bears jersey. We can only have one punky QB, and he was number 9, and he got us a Super Bowl. Right?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it.
And yeah, and I think that Marcus Freeman should get all the boys on the defensive line baconators tomorrow from Wendy's. So.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, that's nice. I like that. Everybody gets a triple stack baconator.
Be a baconator tomorrow.
Yeah, Frosty too. Everybody gets a Frosty. I like this, man. Oh, dude, I haven't had a Frosty in a while, man. I need a Frosty.
Yeah, right. And if you don't mind, the first time I called, I gave a lot of props to my grandpa, my dad, and my bros. But my dad took my mom to the 77 game with the Trojan horse game, and my mom is just a passionate Irish fan as any of them.
Love it, man. It's just a beautiful thing, man. It feels great when you beat USC. It counts extra in my heart, man. Hey, thanks for the call. Hey, hold it down in Atlanta for us, man. Hold it down in Atlanta for us. We need representation your way.
I am so passionate. I represent Notre Dame, and I haven't been a student there, but I mean, my passion for Notre Dame is 100%, and you guys are awesome.
Man, thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of the weekend and enjoy the bye, my friend. Thank you.
I really like the way this is going.
Have a good one.
Take care, man. Thank you for calling. I really like the way this is going because last week and after Ohio State game, everyone was calling it, Pat, you're a jag-off. Now it's like, hey, I really like you guys. I like
That's just the way it goes, Pat. It goes with the mood, baby. It goes with the mood. All right. We're going Nikki Dean, and then I'm going Rodney. So 812-818, and then I have more after that.
You got 815 too.
Yep, and 815.
Did we get
What's
914?
going on, Nikki Dean? Nick.
Nick.
Call back, Nick. 818, what's going on? What's up?
Oh, my God. What a good feeling. What a good feeling.
Telling you, man, we needed it bad. We needed it so bad. Nick, call back and I'll get you. We needed it. How happy are you right now? How relieved are you right now?
What would you say on a scale of 1 to 10?
The way I know you get into this stuff, I think you're off the charts, man. You're going to have a good night, aren't you? This was a big one. We needed it so bad, dude.
Oh. John, I said this and when I text, and I'm like, This was the best defensive performance. I mean, I'm going to give all credit where credit's due to Al Golden. This was as good, I'll say as good as a defensive performance I have seen in 30 years of Notre Dame football. That was amazing.
Yep. It was.
Xavier Watts was incredible tonight, man.
Yeah.
JD Bertrand, great game. Morrison, you know, he had a couple tough calls against him, but overall, great freaking cover game, man. I was so proud of these guys tonight, John. I was so proud of Marcus Freeman. I was so proud of Al Golden. I was so happy to see Caleb Williams get smacked all night long. This is exactly what I wanted to see. I could not have asked for anything better. And John is just proud of all of us because we've hung in there, we've taken our blows, and we came out the other side better for it.
Yep.
48-20. I could not have asked for anything better, man.
Yeah,
I don't have anything really bad to say. Oh, by the way, let's give credit to special teams tonight. We had a kickoff return for a touchdown. Jadarian Price, good on you. We had a field goal kicker kick two field goals tonight. He scored for 4 in the last 2 games. All credit to him. This was great, man. And you know what? The offense, how is it you win 48-20 and the offense plays pretty crappy?
Well, it's the same way we scored a bunch against Clemson last year. Defense and special teams, I guess, right? Like they picked it up.
You're right.
Yeah.
This feels like the Clemson game last year. But I got nothing bad to say. I mean, all credit to everybody. Estime brought it.
Yep.
Jadarian Price brought it tonight. Jeremiah Love had some good runs tonight. I'm just real proud of this team, man. They earned this. They deserve this. They took a lot of crap the last few weeks from all of us, rightfully so. But you know what? They deserve all the praise tonight.
Yep.
Good for these guys, man.
Yep.
Good for Notre Dame Nation. I got nothing more to say. I'm going to leave you with that. John, I'm so happy.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, I can
And
just.
I mean, that's all and Pat, same thing, man. And Pat, I told you in Ohio State, I'm like, Pat, it's your fault for losing this game. You better damn well hope we beat you.
Do I get credit on this one?
We did. We
So
got
God
it.
bless you, man.
Yeah, we got it. We got it. Hey,
God bless you.
enjoy this
God
one,
bless all of us, man.
Rodney.
I'm
Enjoy it,
I'll leave
man.
you with that, guys.
Enjoy it. Have a good one,
Yeah.
buddy. Take care. Oh man, he takes it so serious. It warms my heart, man. He gets so high or low, and I'm a guy who does that too. It's so beautiful. Oh man. Nikki Dean, let's see if you're heard and seen. What's up?
Hey, not gonna lie. Beginning of this week, I was like, I hope we don't lose by 21. I hope we don't lose by 21. I hope we can figure out a way to win this game. And our defense figured out a way to win this game.
Yep.
All hats off to our defense and Xavier Watts. He's my MVP for a comeback for this season.
Yeah, man, they needed it. This was the exact game they had to have. Like they just had to play one of these games to change everything in the vibes and the momentum and all the questions and for those guys to go through the last few weeks and the disappointment of Ohio State and the disappointment of Louisville and come out there and dominate this Heisman guy this way. You could have your nitpicks and worry about the offense all you want, but for tonight, it was about Notre Dame kicking the shit out of those guys physically, and I loved seeing it, man. Williams got beat up tonight. That dude's going to be sore tomorrow. I love it.
It wasn't even us kicking the shit out of USC. It was us saying, Caleb Williams, you're not going to do anything tonight.
Yep.
You're not going to do much of anything tonight. You might get a couple of touchdowns, but we're going to pick you off 4 times.
Man, it was
and we're going to
so
return
beautiful.
a fumble of yours for a touchdown.
And you know what else, too, is after last week and the bad start, we have the turnover, then we give up the touchdown on the road, and it was all bad.
Mm-hmm.
As bad as the start was last week, this one was the reverse. You go out there, you make a big play, set up the offense, and then you get it early at home, It's exactly what the doctor ordered. So good for Notre Dame, damn it. Like, we needed this so bad going into this bye. Now everybody should be in a better mood, trending up, get healthy, get rest, create a whole new offense from scratch. Like, whatever you need to do over this half a month, damn it, do it.
I was standing in my living room, punching my right hand into my right fist into my left hand, saying to my wife, we can win this game. We can win this game. This is what we have to do. We have to get 2 more touchdowns. And we have to get 4 more stops. And we did that.
Man,
and that's our defense that did that.
Man, it was just so needed. And I love the fact that it felt like that defense picked up the slack. They knew that the offense was struggling. And in this game, they were going to do whatever it took to make it not a limiting factor. And I love that part of this, how the defense and the special teams came up with these plays and took some of that pressure off the offense to not have to be perfect to get this win. And it was just, I don't know, I can't say 100 times. It's exactly what we all needed. My soul feels rejuvenated. I needed it.
Well, on Wednesday, I was at work and I took a long break. I do that Monday, Wednesday, and Friday when your call-in shows are going on. Starts about 10:05, and then Pat comes in about 10:15, and me and Pat are debating back and forth. What does Notre Dame need to do? And I'm saying, we need to run Audrey Estime. We need to run Audrey Estime. And Pat is saying, no, our defense needs to step up. We need to figure out how to stop Caleb Williams.
You got both.
And I can freely admit that I was wrong and Pat was right, because our defense tonight stopped Caleb Williams.
Oh, way to go, Nick.
He didn't
way to go, Nick. Now you're making Pat think he's smart. Look at him. Now he's a big shot. Look at him. You're pumping Pat up, Nick.
Hey, I got to give the man his props when he earns it.
There you go. That's fair.
He earned it.
That's fair.
And he said, our defense needs to stop Caleb Williams. And I said, Pat, I don't know if we can do that. And Pat said, oh, yeah, we can. And X, Y, and Z. This is what we do.
Yep.
And that's what we did tonight.
It was beautiful, Nick. I needed it bad. And I know it was just what the doctor ordered. And if they could figure out that offense to get it just a little more efficient and be able to do some things here, you could have a good run this second half. But the offense really does need to get a lot more efficient and a lot better at everything. But it was a big deal, Nick. You had to have it for a lot of reasons, and you had to, for Freeman and his kind of reputation protection and the heat meter. Not that he was never going to be fired no matter what. I'm not saying that, but just the heat meter with the fans, even the people that are doubting Freeman. And I don't know if he's the guy and whatever after last week, all of that, you got to give him a feather in the cap for this one.
Yes, you do. And I have to give Mr. Cotter a feather in the cap because he called this one on Wednesday well before I did, and he saw it well before I did.
Yep.
Thank you, Mr. Cotter.
Hey, man. Welcome back, Mr. Cotter. Good job. That was beautiful.
You're welcome.
It was beautiful, Nick. Hey, I want you to enjoy the rest of the weekend with your lovely wife and enjoy the bye, Nick. Be able to relax and watch football without the Notre Dame worries. Anything else, my friend? I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Mr. Cotter, thank you for waking me up.
There you go, man.
That's my last thought.
There you go. Nick, have a good weekend, buddy. Good talking to you.
All right.
See ya.
Man. You probably didn't like that, John, did you?
Like what? Him pumping you up? That's all I need. That's all I need is Pat over there thinking he's old. Man, look at Pat. He turned into Beano Cook overnight over here. Look at him. Look at him just sitting there talking old Irish ball.
Hey, you know how we talked about Notre Dame losing is actually better for you because of the volume of people?
Yeah, but the quality
you did better tonight than you
quality's
ever
different.
have.
The volume, like we got almost 1,000 last week. The volume
I know.
goes up.
Oh, I remember.
But those aren't people invested in the show. They're invested in Notre Dame misery. And so half of those people did it just to see me lose my mind. They're not people that are donating going, John, I know how much this means to you. It's a different kind of thing there. All right, you guys, I got like 10 calls left. I want to try and get everybody in that's on right now. So let's try and go through these. 815, I know you donated. What's going on, 815? I know this guy's thrilled.
So, John, if you remember what I said to you last night, you want to remind the folks watching what I said last night.
I think you
about
said
how this game would go.
I'm pretty sure you said Notre Dame was going to win it, and it wasn't going to be particularly close. I'm pretty sure that's what you said. Am I right?
Yeah.
You did, and I didn't know whether you were drinking, smoking, or a little of both. But you were right, damn it. You did. You called in. You go, John, we got this. And you literally had a bigger point spread. So maybe I got to give you credit, man. You were right. Now, were you a little surprised at how it looked, though, with the defense doing as good as they did and all that, or what?
Well, you know what's odd is, like, I was surprised at how good the defense was, but it wasn't that I didn't think our defense was, obviously our defense is by far and away the best defense Caleb Williams has faced this year.
Yeah.
But the way that they shut him down, the best player in college football, the number 1 overall pick in this year's class, I mean, it was impressive. But I even told you last night, John, I even told you last night, I said, this game feels so much like Clemson. And I said, I have a weird feeling that the first drive of the game, something's going to happen and Notre Dame is going to get a momentum-changing play that sets the tone for the rest of the game. I was right about not being close.
That's it.
They got the Xavier Watts pick, and it just felt like Clemson all over again. And I tell you what, John, Xavier Watts, I know one of the biggest things we criticized all year going into this year with this team was the safety position. I want this kid to get some national attention because not only was that a great performance, that to me was a top 5 all-time individual performance in Notre Dame football history. I don't know, and I can't remember too many individual performances that impacted a game quite like what Xavier Watts did tonight.
Yeah, it was very, very needed. Like, that's the big thing is making plays is making plays, and you're always happy to see it. But the moments matter. And it means more when you do it when you need it the most. And tonight was a night where you needed exactly what you got out of this defense. And it was just a thing of beauty, man. And I'm so relieved for these players to get this monkey off their back and the negativity. I'm so happy for Marcus to be able to go into the bye and feel like some of the pressure's off a little bit. Like, everything isn't perfect. Notre Dame's not winning a championship right now. Like, that's not happening. You needed it so bad. And I'm just happy for everybody, man. We kicked the shit out of them physically. Remember
right we did.
You remember, you guys, last year they were saying Notre Dame's going to win it because they're going to control up front and they're going to be more physical. We got into the game and USC whipped us up front last year. That did not happen. That did not happen this year. We flipped the script. And I'll even say they didn't beat our ass on defense. Half of it's our offense's fault. It isn't that their defense was that good. It's that we still have offensive problems.
And you know what, John? I also want to put this out there. I know I think the jury's obviously still out on Jared Parker because I didn't think the offense looked particularly impressive, which is concerning because of how bad USC's defense is.
Yeah.
But I do want to give Jared Parker and the offense credit for one thing tonight. When Caleb Williams in the second half and that USC offense started to get a little something going. They started to cook a little bit. They started to get some confidence. They scored a touchdown. What happened the next drive? 60-yard touchdown pass to Tyree.
Yep.
We answered. Okay? They get the kickoff return almost, and they scored again.
Answer.
Okay? They're threatening. They're threatening again. What do? 99-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. I know that's not the offense, but it's points.
Yep.
I want to give this team credit because Notre Dame teams in years past, if that stuff happens, Notre Dame, what do we see typically with Notre Dame? They start to fold. They start to get tight. They start to feel the pressure. And I want to give them credit and give their dues tonight for answering and responding when they needed to.
Yep. They were backed against the wall. They absolutely had to. And you are right by saying both of those big moments in the game came as responses to make sure Notre Dame did not let this game all come all the way back to them. Really good job. And you get extra credit when you do something like that, in my opinion, in those critical moments where you needed to maintain momentum and you give up a punt situation and then it gets kind of quiet in there and you go right back. It was exactly what the doctor ordered after the month we've had, man. Going into the bye, this is the best case scenario. We can't undo Louisville. We can't undo Ohio State. The best thing you could do is what we got tonight. And I'm thrilled, man. It re-energized the whole scene, got re-energized, and I love it, man. I'm happy for all of us.
Yep. And I want to talk about this defense some more. I know how the Louisville score ended up, but I don't really particularly put that on a defense as much of the incompetence of the offense.
The defense is going to break when they're out there for 98 series because the offense can't do anything. So they made mistakes, but they got no help, and we need to recognize that. So I'm very, very happy for them.
Look at what the stats of what Notre Dame's defense has done to the top two projected the first and second overall pick in this year's draft class. What did they do? Harrison Jr. him out of the game plan. I think he had 2 catches for 15 yards.
Yeah.
Okay. They completely nullified him.
That's a really good point by you because it looks like those two are 1 and 2 on a lot of the draft boards, and Notre Dame had them both in the first half of the year and did pretty well. Jack Sacco, good to see you, buddy. Really good to see you. Yeah, you're right about that, man. You are absolutely right.
That is impressive. What other defense can say they tussled with Caleb Williams, they tussled with Marvin Harrison Jr. and made them almost not, I wouldn't say invisible, but almost completely out of the game plan.
Yeah.
Like completely just took them away and said, hey, you know what? If you're going to beat us, it's not going to be Marvin Harrison Jr. It's not going to be Caleb Williams. If you're going to beat us, you are going to have to find someone else to beat us. And you know what? People don't give Al Golden enough credit. I know people were complaining about him last year, thought he was on the hot seat coming into this year, but give Al Golden some damn credit, man.
Yep, he deserves it.
100%.
This was the worst. This was the worst game in Caleb Williams' career, and it was because of Al Golden and that defense. And you know what? I'm sad because I know he's most likely going to be gone next year, probably going to the NFL. But you know what? Give Al Golden some damn respect. He made Caleb Williams look pedestrian. He had him look freaking out in the pocket. He completely flustered him. And you know what? I've never seen anybody do that to Caleb Williams, not even Utah, not Oregon, not Washington. And you know what? John, I know I don't want to get too get into cursing, but fuck USC. Fuck Caleb Williams. If you're
all right, easy.
We made it all that way, and then you had to do that, and we made it all that way, and you had to do that. All right, now you're gonna have to be done. I let you do it. Thank you, man. Have a good one.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you too.
Take care, man. People are in a good mood. All right, let's blow through these. I want to get through this bank of calls. Give everybody their time. 240. What do you know?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello, John. Hey, happy belated birthday to you, and I'm glad your birthday wish came true. How about them Irish, John?
It makes me feel I'm so
How
happy.
about them Irish?
And it isn't even about me. It's about I'm happy for these guys. I'm relieved for Freeman. I'm happy for this team that they are able to knock out some of that negativity and the bad feelings we all had. Like, this was exactly what Notre Dame Nation needed, and we got it. And it's just a beautiful thing. I'm in a great mood. Where are you at with all this?
I'm in a great mood too. And I don't know if you remember me, but I called you after the Ohio State game back then, and I was worried about your blood pressure. I was one of the last calls, but I'm not worried about you tonight. And you know, John, looking at the game, I'm very proud because this game was a pivotal game. It could have spiraled the season, you know, if we didn't. And I like to say hello to Pat. Pat stole a lot of my ideas. I'm sorry if I'm being repetitive here because I'm one of the last callers and I've listened to some of them guys use my ideas. But Southern Cal kind of looked like us last week. They looked like they were going through the most. I mean, we were the best. I know we had a lot to do with that, but Southern Cal, I mean, we made them look bad tonight, and I'm proud of that.
Hey, you know what, man?
The other thing
you know what? I had the same thought you did when I was looking at Caleb Williams today and his frustration and all that. And I was just kind of thinking, hey, man, as good as this guy is, it seems like it might just not be his night in general. And we're doing a good job of adding to that. And he was just not himself. And a lot of that has to do with our pressure and what we were doing. But, man, I just can't say enough how needed this was entering this bye after this 8-week grind with no break, going overseas. Playing tough teams. You already knew it was going to be tough, but you didn't know that Louisville would be undefeated when you played them, and Duke would have all that momentum. Like, it's been a long 8 weeks. What a way to go into the bye, man. I'm happy for these guys. I am so damn happy.
The schedule got us this year, John, not the team. I'm proud of this team. I love Notre Dame football. I love what I've seen there tonight. And I'm telling you, I think the schedule got us this year rather than the opponent because the way, like you say, going overseas and the 8 games without the bye, this team needed a rest. And I'm proud of them tonight. And I wanted to get out here tonight. I know you got other callers. You want to get them through. I'm being repetitive here, but I thought last time I gave you my couple points. Xavier Watts, and I want to give credit to Al Golden. I've listened to your show, John. I love your show. I don't get to call you all the time because I'm working, but I've heard some callers in the past get on Al Golden. Oh, Al Golden's going to be the downfall of your defense. The defense tonight did a great job. And I wanted to get that out. Xavier Watts, Al Golden, and
listen, man,
I'm happy for you, John. I don't got to worry about your pressure tonight.
Thank you. And you know what, man, I really, it does kind of warm my heart though when people literally will email me or call and just be like, John, I just hope you're okay, dude. Settle down. You know, like it's a very nice thing. It's a nice thing for you guys to do, to be considerate. But listen, man, I just Notre Dame was given every opportunity after the last few weeks to just lay down, play dead, give up. We're not going to the playoff. The whole season screwed. We blew it. They had every opportunity to do that, and they didn't. They did the exact opposite. And I couldn't be more impressed under those circumstances for them to be able to do that. I don't think Notre Dame winning by this much, I didn't think was that likely because of our offensive struggles. I thought we could win, but I figured it'd be a close one. This one is unexpected, and I love it, man. We needed it.
I heard your vibes this week, and I thought I always think you're spot on. You got the pulse of Notre Dame football. Let me tell you, because I didn't know what to expect. If I tried to call the one day, I was going to tell you. I think when the bright lights come on, Notre Dame, the adrenaline will kick in, and they'll do what they needed to do to get by this week. But I didn't know what to expect, and I'm just tickled the way the defense set the tone. I know you and I talked about winning the coin toss, what we do a couple other times.
Yep.
I'm glad we had the defense on the field there first tonight, because that Xavier Watts interception to me set the tone. And then, like your previous caller said, whenever they got close, we got the bomb to Tyree, or then the other time Southern Cal answered, we got the kickoff return.
Yeah.
And it was just what we needed tonight,
Man,
John.
really,
and I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. And thank you for always worrying about my blood pressure too. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to me. I think I'm okay, but the last few weeks on this show have been a lot. It's just a lot to take in, all in the moment, right after the game. There's no time to process my thoughts or emotions, and we just let it rip. It has been a heavy few weeks. Even the Duke game was heavy because of the stress of it was heavy. Like, we just needed one like this. We needed one like this, man.
Yep. I'm glad. Like I said, I usually try and call you after a loss. I was going to call after the Duke game, but I had nothing good to say other than about the kicker. You know, I'm really pleased with the kicker and I listened to your show that whole night, but I didn't call because I more or less call you after a loss than the win to pump you up. But I'm glad I got through to you tonight. And Pat, I'd like to say hello to you, but Pat stole all my ideas because he praised the defense there. He stole, like I said, I know I'm saying stuff that other callers have said, but I've been on the line a while. I wanted to say that first. I told my boy, I said, you know the thing I'm going to tell John tonight? I said, I'm going to praise Xavier Watts as my player of the game and Al Golden. I got to tip my hat to him. And I'm happy for you, John. I'll let other callers get on the line. I won't get to call you next week. I'm going to try and call you, but I work there. I don't get to call you at work, but I'm going to try and get a call into you there. I'm going to go on to the NBC coverage next. I wanted to wait till the bye week to get on about that NBC coverage. I heard what you said about your TV blacking out and whatnot. But that's another story. Go Irish, and I'm glad I got to talk to you, John, and happy belated birthday.
Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. What a nice guy. Thank you very much. All right, I think I can get through this last bank if we move it. 856, you're up in the mix. What's going on? 856. 856 is not in the mix, but you know who is? 574. What?
Hold on. Okay. Did you get 815?
Dude, what's happening?
Yeah, I got 815, Pat. What's going on, man? Hey, are you having a good night? This is just what the doctor ordered, baby.
Hey, dude, I'm having a great night, but I'm still a little worried about what's coming up.
Listen, I think that's perfectly reasonable. But for tonight, I want to try and soak in this win, big picture. But over the bye, we definitely need to talk about areas that need to be cleaned up and in the offense and all that stuff. Nobody's saying Notre Dame's perfect, but for tonight, you got what you needed if you're a Notre Dame person.
Hey, John. What I saw tonight was close to perfect of what I wanted to see. And I talked to you earlier in the week. I didn't know what Notre Dame team we were going to have.
We had no idea, man. I had no idea. It could have been with the way they played up and down and everything that's gone on the last month. I honestly had no idea. I was just waiting to see what team we were going to get. And we got one that was cranked up and ready to go and beat the shit out of USC and Williams. I love it, man. It's beautiful.
Number one thing that I love is that we got turnovers that actually went our way.
Yep.
Turnovers went our way. I absolutely loved it. Open up the offense. And that's still my question mark. Is the offense. It's I just don't. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem. It is not good and it is not great. And they need to rediscover themselves over the next half a month because they have issues.
Well, they don't have much time. Well, maybe in this next week, and then what? They got 2 games, and then another bye. But
yep.
That's that's just no. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm very concerned.
Yeah, nope.
Very concerned.
You are completely fair in those concerns. We need to realize some of them are not going to go away this year. Wide receiver depth and all that is a problem, and have been proving guys there, and that's not going to get better throughout the rest of the year. They need to get better at putting the guys they do have in good positions to make plays and drives string together and work. And that's what I need them to do a better job of. And maybe they have the bye now. Maybe they could work on things and have extra time. But man, we got what we needed tonight, and I'm just thrilled about it. I'm happy for all of us, man.
Hey, I will take the one big step. I will take it. I'll thrive on it for 24 hours, but the next 72 hours, I'm going to be fretting again.
Yeah, I know. But just enjoy the rest of the weekend, man. Have a couple more drinks, sleep in tomorrow, enjoy the bye, and then worry about the Notre Dame offense, okay?
I always worry.
I know. I'm a Notre Dame warrior too. Hey man, thank you for the call. And it's okay to worry, but enjoy this one tonight.
Hey, love it. Go Irish. Fantastic win.
Fantastic, man. I love it. Have yourself a great night. What, Pat?
You ain't spending $1,000 on a bourbon with that hutch.
That's funny. That's a good one.
It wasn't $1,000. It was $2,000.
You have the taste of like a once classy 74-year-old golfer. Like, I don't know. Although
I like.
Although I am going to say this, though. The last few years, Pat, your style really did get better. I don't know if Lauren did that or what, but your style got a lot more modern. It really did.
I do pretty well. It's funny, though, because I don't drink whiskey. Like, I think this is Johnny. I think it's Johnny Blue. I had Pappy. I don't drink it.
You got Mike North there with you? That's an old radio joke. That's what they used to call him, Uncle Pappy. Yeah, no, you know what it looks like, Pat? That looks like that stuff at church.
I do drink Busch Light.
You're going to start blessing shit? What are you doing with that thing? What do you got in there, man? All right, 617, bring me to heaven. What's going on? Look at Pat. He's giggling. He's having a good night. What's up, 617?
I love this. This is the best night ever.
617. I think he did go to heaven. He's gone. He's not to be found. Pat, I think some of these people fall asleep, man. I think they do call and they drink 80 beers, and by the time I get there, they're gone. 419, you're on the line.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on? Are you tired? Did I wake you up?
No, this is Mark with glasses. I'm out sitting here in my garage.
Mark.
These night games suck.
Mark, it just makes for a long month, man, because it's just every night afterwards, it's a long one. Mark, this is exactly what we needed, man. Like the whole thing, all of us, the fans, Freeman, all of it, man. We needed this bad, and we got it. What are your feelings, man? I know you're worried about that damn offense, Mark. Don't start with the offense. I'm not letting you lead this. I'm not doing it, damn it. I know. I see your tweets, and I know where you're at. Don't bring me down with that. I know you.
I was dead wrong about the result, but getting 48 points off of 250 yards is crazy. Plus 5 turnovers. This is probably the only time we've beat a top 10 team where I come away with feeling like we're not that good. I mean, we got stuff to figure out. The defense is just so damn hard to watch. Or the offense, excuse me.
Yeah, they need, dude. They really need to. They need to take this extra week here and sort through some things. And I really do feel like they need to take a look at it. And I'm in a lot better mood to take a look at all the stuff we don't do well after something like this. It was just the most needed, Mark, it was the most needed result that I could think of. Like, dude, they needed this. Everybody did, and they got it. But you're not wrong, Mark. That offense is there. It ain't clicking. Like, it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't look right. Nothing.
Terrible.
It doesn't flow. There, it's chunky. It's bulky. It's like pulling teeth to get anything accomplished. So they need to really kind of take one of these weeks here, and it has to kind of be the next one. So then you could implement stuff for the following game installation. But they have problems. There's no doubt. But
yeah, I'm going to be kind of looking to see if there's anything out there. I mean, we all know the offense sucks, but I kind of want to see if there's people out there that can kind of nitpick and pick apart like how and why it looks so bad, because like just watching, like I can't quite put my finger on it, but it's like you said, there's like, it's either like the sequence of plays is out of sort, or they're like execution, like there's just no momentum building.
Like there's no rhythm, there's no flow. It looks hard. It just doesn't, one thing doesn't lead into the other, and then you set something up with what you're doing, and then other things are open, and it's just, there are issues there, man. It's just icky. There are issues there. And what makes it frustrating is we all know you have wide receiver issues. That is not a secret. Everybody knows that. But you have legitimately a lot of good athletic pieces that you could use in that offense. It's not like I'm going, this offense doesn't have anybody that can run or do anything or break a tackle or do anything. You got a bunch of guys you could use. So maybe they need to understand they're going to be limited by the wide receivers all year. You got to figure out ways to get everybody else involved. Figure it out.
Yeah, eyeball tests, like you said, they've got players. I'm gonna see what's out there this week with this, as far as like analysts and stuff, like I don't know. I'm completely baffled. This is like 4 weeks of this offense, and it's just hard to watch.
Yeah, it's really hard to watch. So I'm just glad it didn't cost us the game tonight, Mark. And you know what else I'm glad about, Mark? I'm glad you called. I got to put on your beautiful chain that you made for me and then bestowed upon me at the tailgate, man. I missed it. This is a Mark. This chain that you made me is now my representation of sanity and happiness. Do you understand what this chain represents now?
Yeah, well, I hope it stays out the remainder of the year and it doesn't collect any more dust.
I know, bro. It's been sitting in the corner of this studio doing nothing. And right when I added that new chain to it, the thicker one too, I wanted to show it off, and then we lost. It's good to be back on the winning side, Mark. It's good to be back on the winning side.
Yeah, we got to get one for Pat.
Yeah, we need to come up with.
We'll have to get one for Pat next year.
Yeah, but I want to put like something with his name on it or something like different than mine, so he has his own little vibe going. We need to put we'll come up with something for Pat, so then he has one too. But Mark, Notre Dame Nation needed this, man, and I needed the bye, and I'm going to be in a lot better mood during it, man. So anything else?
Yep.
Thanks for calling, and thanks for making me this necklace.
Yep. Thanks for taking my call. Peace out.
Have a good one, man. That is Mark with glasses, and he is the man who literally made this and gave it to me at the tailgate. What's up, Pat?
Can we talk about how, so we say we're happy for Marcus. He's now 1-1 against USC.
Yeah.
We said you can't start 0-2.
Yep.
You cannot start 0-2.
Yep.
So
he did. Now wait. I'm glad you're bringing that up, Pat, because that was the storyline in our minds all summer and that we talked about early in the year. That kind of got lost in the immediacy of the emergency after last week of like the panic and all that. That's almost like down the bullet point list now, but you're absolutely right. That's all we said is you don't want to have a Notre Dame coach starting out 0-2. That's a bad look.
Nope. And not only is he not 0-2, he's 1-1, but he kicked their ass.
Yep.
All right, that game was an ass kicking. Not last year, it wasn't in doubt, but it wasn't an ass kicking. This was an ass kicking, and he took the Heisman Trophy winning quarterback and dropped him on his ass all night long.
Yep, it was beautiful.
Way to effing go, Marcus.
Yep, I'm telling you, Pat, they actually, for as little as they were able to hurt and hit Williams last year, they made up for it tonight. They were all over his ass, man. They were hitting him. 574, give me some more. Ooh, South Bend. What's up, South Bend?
How's it going, John? What a night. One of the best nights ever.
Oh, I'm telling you what. All right, I know you were there. I think you were working there tonight. We talked about the vibe on campus being weird earlier in the week. Tell me what it was like. Sounds like it was wild.
I'll send you a picture showing you how wild it was. It was me laying on the AstroTurf tonight, and then there were students there laying on the AstroTurf, and they were trying to kick them off. It was just such a great night.
Man, it's just nights like those make it all worth it. You know, all the times that we're frustrated and we're sad and we're angry and all that, and we have doubt and everything that goes into it. To be able to get a night like this makes it worth it. It's just, it feels so good just to get the nasty taste out of our mouths from last week. I'm happy for our guys. I'm happy for Marcus.
I'm just happy that we got that win. We got 3 interceptions off of Caleb Williams. We knocked him out of Heisman. It was trending all over Twitter. I don't know how these NFL scouts see him as the number 1 pick. I don't know what the Bears or the Panthers are thinking if they take him.
Yeah, man. They have him 1. And then the other guy we played already, the Ohio State wide receiver, as number 2. A lot of them have him 1, 2. And listen, Caleb Williams is good. Notre Dame did a great job defensively, like about as good as you could hope to contain a guy like Williams. And also, I know you were at the game, working the game. The Bears executives were there looking at these guys. I saw a tweet saying that the Bears GM and the Bears people were all there looking at Williams and all the talent. So I don't know, man. It was good to see.
I mean, that was just a great night. I mean, how do you top that game? I mean, right now, all I have to say is hats off to Al Golden. Al Golden single-handedly won us this game.
Yeah,
the
was...
offense, I don't want.
Yep, go ahead.
The offense, I don't want to talk about. The defense won us this game.
You know what? You're where I started the show, saying I understand the offense is severely flawed. I just ain't in the mood for it right now. It's like, bro, can I just can I have one night to be happy my team won before I start dissecting the problems? Like, we needed this. I just can't get off of that. We just needed it.
And I'm just glad that we won this game, and now we get a bye week and we get to rest. Hopefully we can get all our injured players back soon so we can rebuild this roster for Pitt. So I hope we smoke Pitt now by 30 points.
Did you see that Pitt beat they beat Louisville? So there goes that whole thing with Louisville, they're going to be undefeated this year. And they had the classic, played their Super Bowl last week and then fell asleep the next week. That's it.
I mean, that happens sometimes in college football. I think last week, we were all burned out from Duke. I mean, I think this is all because of Jack Swarbrick's poor scheduling. I mean, you could tell Freeman was taking responsibility. I hope he takes more responsibility over the rest of the year.
Yeah, it was it was just good to see. And Freeman had a rough week. Freeman was in a bad spot. A lot of pressure, taking a lot of heat. The water's coming on board on deck of the ship. All of these guys could have laid down and gave up this week and said, we're screwed. They didn't. They came back. They fought. I'm proud of them, and I'm happy for them, and I'm happy for all of us too.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much more you can ask from a coach other than control your players. That's your number 1 responsibility. Make sure your players are in the right mindset to win a football game.
Yep, and they did. And so for whatever mind frame they were in last week, they made up for it now because they were all over it, and it was good to see. Listen, Thank you for calling, and I'm very happy that you are there. You know, I like that, where people in our little group, I want them in there. I want them to be feeling that momentum and feel that juice. I'm very happy for you got to feel that tonight.
Okay, have a good night, John. Hopefully we can talk again soon. We'll talk about Pitt in a week or so.
There you go. Think about it. Enjoy this the rest of the weekend, and then give me a call when we get into next week, and we'll start talking about the bye week. But I'm very happy you were there for this. I know it's important for you, and it means a lot to you to work at Notre Dame. Congratulations, my friend.
Good night, John. W's in the chat. We won.
There you go. I love that. That is Notre Dame Usher. So if you want to try and climb over the railing or something and sneak in over the building, that's
James
the person you got to talk to.
Yep.
Let's do our last one's going to be another 574 for South Bend. Maybe I could get one more in. We'll see. 574. What's up?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey John, what's up, man? This is a Chipster.
Chip, did you see you guys were on NBC tonight? I saw you guys out there with the lacrosse team.
Yeah, that was a surprise, man. They told us earlier in the week that we got to run out there with them, and I was, man, just stoked, man. That's definitely
So wait, for anybody
humbling a moment, but just awesome.
For anybody who doesn't know, I'm sorry, Chip, your number, it comes up a name I didn't recognize, or I wouldn't have had you waiting that long. I'm sorry, but Chip,
you're all right, just like everybody else. Man.
Yeah,
just
but
the show and the family Irish. So.
Chip works for Notre Dame on the grounds crew. I noticed him, and it was you and Cam when they had them out there. They showed it, and there you two were right on the edge there, on the middle of the field. Congratulations! I'm glad you guys were out there.
Yeah, man, lacrosse being national champions this year was just huge, man. It's so not only do we take care of the football, but we also do the lacrosse team. So. Them winning that title, and then we also got a lacrosse kid that's tearing up for football, so that was just double bonus.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, Chip, I know you and Cam you're my guys that are like there every day in the fight. You're there, you're around the program, you're behind the scenes, you hear and see things. Chip, we needed this. Everybody needed it. We needed it. The team needed it. Freeman needed it. Everybody needed it, and they got it done. And I'm just so happy for everybody because this was a must-have, and they did great.
Yeah, and I think that's the reason why you saw the storm field. Because they're like in the week, I was just like, man, I hope we don't storm the field. But I think that's why you saw it, because we needed it. It was just like everybody just kind of erased all the pain and everything that's went on, and it's just so obvious what's going on with our teams. Like we have the players, we have some of the experience within the staff, it's going to happen. We have young guys, and the future of our program is just so bright. And it's just like, I'm just so excited just to see the recruiting, just to see the swag, just to see how cool our coach is, how humble he is, how much he is just a coach for the people. And man, it's just an awesome feeling to see our arch rival come in and we just pound them like that, and it was just great, man.
Yeah, it was great. It was very needed. And the other thing is, man, USC's different. Like the history and the rivalry and the different ways of life and the way we do things and how everything is just so us against them. And it's important for the Notre Dame people to show that our way's going to win out. And it just felt so damn good to see Caleb get his ass beat all night. Look at Pat. You got a shot there? What is it, Pat? Take it, baby. I don't know what that is. Oh, he's hitting it.
Yeah, I definitely like to hear some of your callers that are giving praise to Al Golden, because I'm like, it's definitely well needed. I mean, Coach Golden is just amazing. I mean, we see some of the schemes that he comes up with, and like us fans, we'll look at, the 1 or 2 missed assignments or leads that are usually like, man, they're daggers, and just like, oh man, we wouldn't have called that. But it's just overall, like some of your callers put on, we shut down Marvin Harris, you shut down Caleb again.
Yep.
And I'm going to go into last year's game, and I'll go to the great screen there. The refs swallowed the flags. They gave Caleb the Heisman Trophy last year. If they throw holding calls last season, Caleb does not do what he did last season to us. But I mean, you can't erase the past, but I'm glad today we got to baptize him in South Bend the way he was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And just hats off to Golden. I mean, I'm even go hats off to our O-line coach. Joe had the guys busting their butt all week, and I know USC defenses and all that to brag, but just push them around like that and just kind of manhandle them, it made me happy to see some of the guys that I wanted to see this week fight.
Yeah.
And that was fun.
Yeah. This was going into the bye. It just couldn't be better. You know, nothing can undo Louisville. Nothing can undo the last few minutes of Ohio State. But to be able to get a win this way and to be able to get into that bye and be able to take a breath, heal up, regain your energy, work on that offense. This is exactly what we needed. And it's rare for us to say as Notre Dame fans, here's what we needed and we got it. This time we did. And I'm genuinely happy. I'm going to sleep like a baby tonight. Just that this monkey's off our back.
And I mean, the coach I'm going to highlight the most is Mike Mickens. Well, with me and Cam, it's Pickens for Mickens. Our secondary, I mean, ever in our life have we had a secondary like we have right now? Like when we lost Kyle Hamilton, I was sad. I was like, man, this dude's just a freak size.
Yeah.
And like when we was Creed Bracey, I was like, man, how are we going to replace these guys? There's like Benny Moe and just all the other kids are just stepping up. Like the veteran Cam Hart just shut down over there on that side. I mean, it's just amazing to watch. Like if it's in the air, like it's ours.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the feeling I really feel. Like if you want to pass it against us, we're coming to get you because we're bringing the heat and we're attacking the ball.
Yeah. And you know what else is good about that, dude?
Open the bank for him.
What else is good about that is, number one is Mickens is Freeman's road dog. Like that's his closest confidant. Right. Like he goes with him. He trusts him. He works his ass up in recruiting, all that. And you have that. Here's the other part I like about this. Most of your and my entire football watching lives, Notre Dame secondary has been horrible and cost us game after game after game after game. The idea that now Notre Dame has one of the best lockdown groups on the back end is just beautiful, man. We're never used to that. And I just love, I just love having it. Somebody asked, do you think the Irish can go 4-0 to the end of the season? Can they?
Absolutely.
Most definitely. You're already through the toughest stretch. But can they? Is it different?
You got 2 bye weeks. You got 2 bye weeks.
I mean, it was like Coach Freeman says it all. But if we don't beat ourselves, then that's it. If Notre Dame's going to beat Notre Dame, but if we don't beat Notre Dame, we're going to win out, man.
Yeah,
and that's it. So
yep. And but man, hey, listen, I want to thank you and Cam. I know how hard you guys work at Notre Dame to make sure everything's nice and all the sports teams have what they have and everything like that. Like I realize sometimes that's a thankless task that you guys are doing behind the scenes. But on behalf of everybody, I want to thank you guys. I know how hard you work because you love Notre Dame, keeping everything perfect, man.
Oh man, it's an honor to serve Our Lady. I mean, it definitely is a job, but when you get paid to cheer on the Irish, a team you grew up just loving, it's more than a job. So it's like it really is a caretaker role, and it's just an honor to serve Notre Dame. So
yep,
I know I appreciate it. So.
Yeah, it's a special thing, man. And it's been great getting to know you guys. And but it's just fun whenever I see you on TV or standing by the tunnel. I'm like, there's my guy. There's my guy. So I was glad to see you guys on the field.
You guys. Thanks for getting me in tonight. So if I took many callers up, excuse the long talk, I definitely want to get on. A big fan of your show. So
no, that's okay, man. Hey, listen, you've been there from the beginning, man. You were one of the first guys in on this many years ago and supported me. And I'm very thankful for you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Thank you. You've been my unpaid therapist for this whole time. So
well, that's a little scary because your therapist needs a therapist himself. We got problems, buddy. Hey, we got problems. Have a good one, man. Enjoy the weekend, and I hope your family's doing well. Oh, always Irish Senior. He says hi on behalf of the family. He just texted in the chat too.
Definitely, man. God bless, man, and enjoy this win, man. Go Irish.
Yep. Hey, I'll reach out to you. I'll come back to campus soon. Okay. Thank you.
All right, bud.
See you, Chip. Have a good one, buddy. Oh man, $50 howler from the Domer, man. You guys, really, Pat. People are in a good mood when we win.
Do you know why he's got the freaking lights? Alexa, turn my lights on. There we go. Do you know why? Because
why what?
Because I said I'll do another shot if we raise $100.
Oh, we're doing that. Are we doing that? This is going to be, you're going to, I know where this is going to end up. Pretty soon you're going to have no shirt on, waving it around.
Nick,
But at
Nick,
least
your
the
shirt
money's
is
coming
hey,
in.
hold on. Can you address Nick Dean? Your shirt's coming.
Oh, Nick. The people that did the t-shirt thing in the summer, one is I had to get the store all going. Now that I know that part all works, now that we're in the buy, I'll go back to those emails from the people that emailed right after that night show that threw in the money. And then I'll reach out to you and get your size and your address, and then we'll get those going. That's going to be a bi-week project. I have not forgot about you guys. Last call tonight, 504. Give me some more. Hello.
Oh.
Hello.
You're on the air. What's going on?
Oh man, my bad. I'm Zach from Notre, Louisiana. So it's been a crazy time being a Notre Dame fan down here.
Hey,
Thank you for having me on Always Irish.
I got to tell you, I didn't know where this was going. I saw that New Orleans. I don't get too many calls from down that way. I thought maybe it was I thought it was BK on a burner or something calling to give me a hard time. I didn't know what I was getting into here. Hey, thank you for giving me a call. I see you're a first-time caller. Welcome in. I love first-time callers.
Sir.
Welcome to the program. So I want to know, what's life like as a Notre Dame fan down there?
It is insane, let me tell you. Because 1 week we're celebrating the Florida State loss down here, me and my dad, lifelong Notre Dame fan. And then we have to deal with Ohio State and Louisville. But and the fact that Marcus Freeman got as many top 10 wins in South Bend as Brian Kelly has tonight, it's a wonderful thing to gloat about. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. And you know what, man? Listen, Notre Dame's not a perfect operation. The offense leaves a lot to be desired. There's objective coaching mistakes that have been high profile made this year. All of that is true. Big picture, though, that does mean something to me when you have a way to be able to compete and get some of these higher echelon wins that Kelly always struggled with. Like that means a lot to me to be able to get a couple of those early.
Yeah. And we could talk about the issues with the offense next week. We have a whole week to soak in this win against Caleb Williams.
We need to enjoy
USC,
this
but
one. Even I'm saying that. And I'm the worrier. I'm the guy that's always worked up and worried about the next thing. Even I'm saying, damn it, I just need – this is what we needed, and we all need to give me the weekend to feel good about this. And it was physical, and it was not as close even as the score. And we beat the hell out of that guy. And it is great payback for what he did to us last year, clowning us all night.
Well, luckily he has enough fingers to put 3 INTSs on one of his hands because that's wonderful to have.
Yep, it's beautiful. He got humbled tonight, man. He didn't have answers. He did not have the answers.
Mm-hmm. But like I think it's a great job out of goal, and everyone's talked about it so far. But this was the number one scoring offense, 51.8 points per game. We held them to 20. That's amazing. I mean, what this team has become, or what we have to go through the last 4 weeks, and even going back to the start of last year, it's so promising to what this team can be in the next 2 to 5 years with Freeman at the helm. I'm just so excited for it because I'm 28. I haven't seen much of like the top end success from Notre Dame that my dad has seen. And but I'm looking forward to it. But the one thing I actually want to talk about tonight is whenever going into halftime, when we left that field goal, I was telling my dad I was actually happy that we had to call a timeout because it gave Freeman a reason to really get in his players' heads. Like, hey, you let up on this team, they'll come back on you. They've shown it, you know? So I was actually happy that that whole mistake happened because it gave him a reason to let the players not be complacent.
Yeah.
You know?
And, you know, I think Pat mentioned this earlier. One of the best things about this game was there were multiple points where USC did something to try and claw back and get close, and Notre Dame had an answer for it. Every time USC did one of those, bam, Notre Dame would answer. And I am just not used to Notre Dame being that way when I need them to be. We give up a big play in the kicking game. We get a big play. They come back and score, and and our offense isn't that. Bam, You hit Tyree on that deep pass. Like, it just feels good to see Notre Dame being the ones to make those plays. And we just needed it. And I am happy for that defense, man. They played their ass off, and they should all get a game ball this time. Good job.
And last thing I want to say, first of all, thank you again for having me on.
Oh, no
so
problem.
late. I really appreciate it. But the last thing I want to say is what Matt Leinart said about the team, I cannot believe. To pick USC over us, I can't believe.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Dude, you know, it was pissing me off, though. You know, they got last night, I'm on Twitter, and they're like redoing the Bush push and all, and then Leinart, you know, and then I remember that I was turned sideways, and the next thing you know, we won. Screw you! Screw you! This is Notre Dame. You're on our network. They shouldn't even mention Bush push on that network.
You really getting mad? Are you really getting mad about Bush push right
Yes, I'm getting mad about Bush push. I'm still mad about Bush. I'm always going to be mad about Bush push.
I think Brady had the best line.
It.
I think Brady had the best line, and he apologized about it. USC, a bunch of cheaters.
I'm telling you, man. I just the way that they live and process the world is just completely the opposite of how I and all the Notre Dame, like, it's such different ways of life. It's important to me that everybody knows ours is going to win out. Look at this, dude. I did good all night. And then you come in here calling, and now I'm getting all worked up and you're laughing. That's the deal, though. I did good all the time. Oh, man.
Blame Louisiana. It's just a state. It's a state.
Listen, so now you could trend back up. Some of the heat's cranked down a little bit on Marcus and everything, and we're able to get in the bye, get some rest, get healthy, figure what the hell you could do on offense to win the rest of these games. Like, this is as good as a way you could enter the bye with 2 losses that you could imagine. Put it that way.
Yeah, completely agree. Especially because how some people were even calling for Marcus's job after last week. So
yeah, and
it's a great way to enter the bye week.
Listen, man, that's an overreaction, and that was never going to happen. Like, it was just never, ever going to happen. They're not going to fire him this year, no matter what the record is. Like, that's not even on the table. For me, it's more about just making sure he's progressing in this journey. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. And you just want to see it moving forward. So, hey, man, thanks a lot for giving me a call. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I could do 856 as the last one. Call back up. Anything else on the way out, man? Thank you.
Oh, no. Again, thank you for having me. That's all I have to say.
No problem. Call me again, man. I appreciate the clean phone line and the nice words. I'm glad you're joining us. Thanks for your first call. Thank you.
All right, definitely.
Have a good one. I could take 856, but there's no more calls waiting, Pat. So
really the last one. We're at the last one.
Yeah, we're at the last one. We did pretty good tonight.
Oh, you got to take it then.
Well, it's not calling. I need 856 to call in.
Oh, 856 is saying he's on the line, but he's not on the line.
No, there is nobody else waiting. We got through all those calls.
Oh.
So I don't know.
TikTok.
Yep.
How great is this?
Very great.
Man.
It's very, yeah.
Man, did I need this? Oh,
yeah.
God, I cannot tell you, especially like getting pissed off yesterday about the administration. I just, man, did I need this? I needed it. I needed it. Notre Dame needed it. The Freeman needed it. I am so happy for Freeman right now.
Yeah, you could see it in his face, Pat. That guy was pumped up. He knew
you talked about his Louisville.
He was cranking up, and he didn't like it. And there's no way to put the fire out other than that.
Yeah, there was so much talk about how his Louisville, how he looked in the Louisville game for this game. Man, he wanted it. He wanted it so bad.
Yeah.
I wanted to say something. I want to say something about his halftime interview.
Yeah.
Where he said, we just need to grow up. I know he was saying about the players because he's got young guys out there doing things, and that field goal probably doesn't happen if those guys get lined up. There was not enough time to get that ball snapped.
Yeah.
And his timeout didn't bother me because they were gonna get the field goal anyways at that point because of the mistake the guys made. His response to that was spot on. We need to grow up. And I think as a total, the program itself needs to grow up. I think what happened at Louisville is, and what happened with Ohio State, that's a response of the program needing to grow up. And I'm not going to say they grew up tonight, but they took a huge step.
Yeah.
They took a huge step.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. Southern cooking, the phones are down for the night. We blew through them, did a full 2 hours. And I think, Pat, I didn't have anybody else saying they donated. I never got to them. I think we did a good job of being able to get people on.
I think we got them all.
Yeah,
I had my list. They're all crossed off. So,
and I had my list crossed off too. So I think we did a good job on that.
Matt Boer, they threw the flag. They threw the flag, so it didn't matter. They threw the flag. USC was going to get the chance to kick a field goal. So, and he knew that. He saw that it was the right call. The refs were going to give them the opportunity because essentially it's a delay game penalty on Notre Dame because they didn't even make an attempt to line up. So they were going to get to kick the field goal. He was right to call the timeout to keep them 5 yards farther back.
Hold on, let me respond to this. And I bring you on. People are asking how to call. If you never called before, you do 312-900-8815. Then you're on hold. But when you're on hold, you're hearing the show. And then you'll hear me say so you'll have to listen to the show. And then we do it that way. And then I bring you in. That's how it'll be if you're on hold.
Still $40 away from my shot here.
You just want to drink. You just want to drink, Pat.
This will put me straight into bed.
Although you got to golf in the morning, so you better wrap it up.
John. It's Jezik's outing. It's One Eye's outing. It's not. I have to golf in the morning. I have to be there first thing in the morning to help him set up. It's one of my best. It's one of my best buds out there. I have to do all the work.
Yeah, no, that's the right thing to do. Pat, anything else? Thanks for being here, man. This was fun. Unlike a few of these in the last few weeks, we had a good time. This is the best mood I've been in a long ass time, bro. A long time.
I am so happy. I am so happy about Notre Dame winning this football game. Yeah. How do you donate? You hit the little $ under the chat box.
There you go.
Yep.
But dude, Pat, I knew this was a big one to you. I know how much USC means to you. Just all of it, man. I know how much that means to you. It's a big one.
My daughter asked me because my kids have seen me watch a lot of Notre Dame games. My daughter tonight, my oldest daughter, said, "Dad, why are you so mad about this game?" And I said, because this school that Notre Dame is playing stands for the opposite of everything we believe in.
Yep. That's it. That's exactly how I've felt my whole life. It is us versus them. It is competing values of how to go through life. It's all of that. And then on the field, you got to prove your way's going to win out.
Right. I told her this. I said, this is a football game that doesn't matter, but it's good versus evil. And I believe that because of what Notre Dame is supposed to stand for.
Yeah.
And I believe that because of everything I know about Southern Cal. And I don't know. I just get up. And that's why throughout the entire USC Ohio State debate, I was saying that this is the more important game. And I was saying I will happily lose the Ohio State game. I shouldn't say happily, but I will take a loss against Ohio State if that meant I beat USC.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is what my father raised me on. This is what this is what your grandfather and your father has raised you on.
Yep.
It's about beating USC. And
Yep.
Notre Dame beat USC, and they beat USC in dominating fashion. And I think every Notre Dame fan should be very happy about that.
Yeah, nope, I agree with you. This was just it means so much existentially, year in, year out, tied into USC, and that barometer where you're at and where they're at. Had to have it, Pat, and we got it. Anything else, my friend? I'm going to get into recording my post-game video, write a couple articles, and I'm telling you, if I'm going to be up till about 3 or 4 in the morning working, I am happy to do it tonight instead of the last few weeks.
I know.
Like,
Hey,
I am excited to do all that work and however long it takes. I can't wait.
The only thing I say is that because I've been so hard on this football game, I texted you. I understand the pressure that you're under, especially with you being in on Freeman. I felt that tonight because of how I've propped this game
ramped up USC.
Yeah. And I couldn't have been more. I think this is probably the most relieved I've ever been. Maybe it's because of how dominant Notre Dame looked, but it's just most relieved I've ever been after a Notre Dame USC game.
Yeah. Yep. Nope. This was so needed. And there was just, man, we got the performance we need. And I wasn't sure we were going to. And Notre Dame's a wild ride. But I want to say thank you to everybody. Like I always say, there is no show without all you guys.
260 people still in here. God, love you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting my best friend, John.
Man, I appreciate it. And Pat, you doing all this and wanting to be a part of it and and all that, man. It's just perfect. Adam, I don't even have the phone hooked up anymore, dude. I don't know what you're calling, Adam. The phone line's off, bro. And then I saw him. He probably got home. And then I saw him down there, but I couldn't get to it. But yeah. But thanks to everybody. The show's growing. The call-in shows are doing great. The people donating just to be like, John, I'm happy. Here's $5. I just love it. Dude, I would let Adam call, but it's unhooked and I have to do a code. And
Adam doesn't need to call. Here's the thing. My favorite part about Adam wanting to call. Adam is going to send us like 75 text messages between now and 10 a.m. tomorrow.
I know. Adam's great, man. And his wife, Adam, your wife did donate earlier. And she's like, he's still on the field with his dad, John. It was so nice of her. But everybody, I really love all this, man. We're growing. There's more people that are calling. It feels like a community here. We have our trolls, but man, we're all kind of in this together.
Hey, we didn't really see him tonight though, did we?
Yeah. Yep. It's amazing how that works, isn't it? And I didn't see any of the USC people in here. Even Roger Dodger, that's a regular USC guy.
And he's not a bad guy. Roger's always pretty level.
Oh, yeah. He's fair. He likes us, but he's
I don't blame him. I like Roger. I like Roger a lot. Some people were kind of, where's Roger? Leave Roger alone. Roger's a good guy.
Yeah.
No, so, hey, Irish fans, we finally got one. Let's be happy about it. Let's celebrate. Everyone go play golf tomorrow.
Yeah, there you go, man. All right, everybody. Thank you for being here. Big Notre Dame win. This was beautiful. You guys enjoy it. If you're still up, drinking, doing whatever, go for it.
I'll do it one more time. I'll put it in the chat one more time. Go buy some Irish merch. All right. Always Irish merch.
Appreciate it.
Go get it.
Appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, man. This is growing and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And oh, by the way, I got some surprises coming up for you guys. Stay tuned over the bye. I got a few things in the works here. So you'll see what I mean in a few days. I always got something up my sleeve. Thank you, everybody. Go Irish. Beautiful win. Exactly what we needed. Mark, how do we call it? I love Mark. And Jack, the evil empire is calling.
For now.
Jack feels that way as well, too. But thank you to everybody. We loved it. We needed this. We got the one we needed, everybody. Sleep in tomorrow and enjoy yourself.